the darkness and fire in the foam. Laugh, me lads, for we're far from home. Heave away, boys, heave away. Drink your rum till break of day. One for the gold and one for the grave. Heave away, the sea won't save. Hey! There's tar on the rope and wind in the sail. Half this crew looks bound for jail. Still we sing when the lanterns sway. Drink, me lads, till the light turns grey. Heave away, boys, heave away. Drink your rum till break of day. One for the gold and one for the grave. Heave away, the sea won't save. Take your seats and raise a cheer. Rum and rogues are gathered here. Heave away, boys, heave away. Drink your rum till break of day. One for the gold and one for the grave. Heave away, the sea won't save. Hey!
Good evening. If there's anything bloodthirstier than a werewolf, it's probably a pirate. And the KLRN radio crew is going to play it a little safe. Now, if vampires and their ilk leave you as uncannily cold as old Dracula himself, who was stalked down firmly and, it has to be hoped, permanently in his own family plot last week, then there are figures to prove that you are susceptible to buried treasure. We calculate that no decent law-abiding citizen is immune to pirates. There are cowboys and Indians, there are gangsters and G-men, but these delights are inconsistent, kind of like a short skirt. I don't care how young you are, nothing charms, nothing ingrates, nothing wins like a one-legged, double-barreled buccaneer with earrings, a handkerchief on his head, and a knife in his teeth. What could be more appropriate on the starboard rail of your four-masted brigantine? If you haven't a four-masted brigantine, why not? Instead, you'd have Treasure Island. It's in your library because it's a great English classic, or at least it should be there. And this evening, because it is a great story, it's now on your podcast network, your Twitter feeds, anywhere that you can possibly listen. Once there was a small boy who asked his stepfather, who had written a number of books, please, write something interesting for once. The stepfather, seeing his point immediately, contributed a serial to something repugnant called Young Folks, a periodical circulated among the section of the English nation known as Tiny Tots, who were very prevalent in the 80s, the 1880s. The name of the serial was The Sea Cook by Captain George North, and if the Tiny Tots didn't think it was interesting, well, they should have been boiled in oil. So the story was begun, the stepfather says, on a chill September morning by the cheek of a brisk fire, and the rain drumming on the window. The small boy himself helped a lot, even though Captain North got the credit, and so did a third and equally incurable small boy, the author's father. They drew a map first, a chart of an island showing very queer and wonderful attractions. Spyglass Shoulder, for instance, and Skeleton Island, and the North Cache with a bar silver. And then, on that chill September morning, by the brisk fire of theirs, the three plotters buried their plunder. The balloons, gold and silver and rich jewels and pieces of 8, a fine beer, by the way. That's why the story was finally called Treasure Island. It's foolish to guess who's turned it into a broadcast, but in some way, well, we who are going to retell this story, hopefully devoutly with some liberties, that he who the Samoans laid to rest in the hills of their own faraway Treasure Island, and who is still known out there as only the great teller of tales, would not wish tonight, as he did so unaccountably at first, to suppress the real name of Captain George North. Now, the small boy, of course, should have been decorated. It's a better world because he asked for something interesting. But then he was lucky. There are millions and millions of small boys out there. For this is Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it is being brought to you tonight by our dear friends over at Wilmuth Farms.
Good evening, listeners. This is Ernest Wilmuth speaking. Tonight, the KLRN players invite you to set sail on one of the great adventure tales of all time, Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. Some months ago, the growers of Wilmuth Family Turnips went looking for a fine springtime gift to share with all of our friends and neighbors. We found it in this story, first published in 1883, a thrilling tale of buried gold, bold voyages, treachery on the high seas, and the courage it takes to hold steady when the map runs dark. For generations, Treasure Island has stirred the imaginations of young and old alike, carrying readers from quiet hearts to the rolling decks and far-off shores. And tonight, we are proud to bring you this as our springtime offering. This presentation comes to you with our sincere thanks for your kindness and patronage through the seasons gone by, and with the hope that tonight's performance may bring a bit of adventure to your home without any of the inconvenience of mutiny or sea spray. But it's more than that, because whether a man makes his living behind a ship's wheel or behind a plow, he knows the value of wholesome food, steady hands, and a well-stocked table. It used to be thought that terms were meant only for hearty winter suppers, but really, that isn't so at all. Springtime brings its own appetites, and families like to keep plenty of good roots and turbers on hand for crisp salads, a savory mash, or piping hot dishes ready in a jiffy after a long day's work or play. Why, even the most weathered sailor might be improved by a proper serving of turnips, though we make no promises about his singing voice. There's health and happiness in good turnips, and your grocer has Wilmuth's turnips, all 23 of our delicious varieties, fresh from the fields and fit for every table from Grover's Mill to the Spanish Main. And now for the KLRN Players presentation of Treasure Island, brought to you by Wilmuth Family Turnips. Squire Trelawney, Dr. Livesey, and the rest of the gentlemen having asked me to write down the whole particulars about Treasure Island, from beginning to end, keeping nothing back but the bearings of the island, and that only because treasure is not yet lifted. I take up my pen in the year of grace, 1783, and go back to that time 19 years ago, when my father kept Admiral Benbow Inn, and the brown old seaman with the saber cut first upon his lodging under our roof. I was 14, but I remember him as if it were yesterday.
15 men on the dead man's chest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum.
Jim! Jim!
Mother
Jim!
called me from upstairs.
Jim!
Yes, Mother.
Jim, there's a man coming up the road. Go out and see what he wants.
Drink and the devil have done for the rest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum.
He came plodding to the inn door, his sea chest following behind him on a hand barrow, a tall, strong, heavy, nut-brown man, his tarry pigtail falling over his shoulder on his soiled blue coat, his hands ragged and scarred, with black broken nails and a saber cut across one cheek, a dirty white, livid white, singing that old sea song he sang so often afterwards.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. You open in there? Now then, boy.
Yes, sir.
What do you call this place?
The Admiral Benbow in, sir.
Admiral Benbow, eh? Nice, lonely-looking, pleasant, situated grog shop. Folks don't come here much, do they, boy? Not much company?
No, sir. More's the pity.
Well, you know, says you, I for one am a ship's captain, not one for much company. So for me, that will do nicely. No, well, then this will be the berth for me. I am a plain man. Rum and bacon is all I want. Maybe a mint julep from time to time. And that head up there for to watch ships off. I've a mind to stay here a bit. Here you, matey, with the wheelbarrow. Bring up alongside. Help up my chest. You too, boy. It's heavy.
Yes, sir.
Call me captain, boy. Captain. I am
Yes,
a captain.
Sure.
Just
Captain.
one thing more.
Yes, Captain.
You ain't seen him, have you?
No, sir. What do you mean?
Along the road, maybe. You might see him somewhere. You can't tell. Let me know if you do. Boy, a seafaring man.
Yes, sir.
With one leg.
Yes, sir.
Captain!
Yes,
Damn it,
Captain.
I'm a captain.
I got it, Captain. Got it. Right.
Bring me a noggin of rum, boy.
And so he came to live under our roof. We never knew his name. We called him the captain. He was a very silent man by custom. All day he hung around the cove or up on the cliffs with a brass telescope, staring out at the sea. All evening he sat in a corner of the parlor next to the fire and drank rum and water, very strong. And every day he came back from his stroll, he would ask the same question.
Jim?
Yes, Captain.
Any seafaring man go by today along that road?
No, Captain.
And Jim?
Yes, Captain.
You're a good boy, Jim. You wouldn't lie to me now, would you, Jim?
No, sir.
You haven't seen him, have you, Jim? There's a silver 4 penny for you on the 1st of every month if you'll keep your weather eye open for a seafaring man with one leg. Remember, the one leg, that's the important part. Let me know the moment you see him, won't you, Jim? A seafaring man, again, with one leg.
How that personage haunted my dreams. On stormy nights when the wind shook the four corners of the house and the surf roared along the cove and up the cliffs, I could see him in 1,000 forms. Now the leg would be cut off at the knee, now at the hip. Now he was a monstrous kind of creature who had never had but one leg, and that in the middle of his body.
You'll keep your weather eye open, won't you, Jim? For a seafaring man with one leg. A seafaring man with one leg.
Months went by. The captain bade fair to ruin us, for he kept it on staying week after week, month after month.
And never a penny of money, Jim. Not a penny has he paid us since the day he came here. And me a poor widow woman.
Mother, why don't you just ask him for some?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Jim. I'm afraid of him. He's got that awful heavy chest. I'm afraid of the man. Now, if your father was alive, I'll tell you.
In all that time, none of us ever saw him open the great sea chest that was in his room. There were nights when he took a deal more rum and water than his head could carry.
15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum.
Often have I heard the house shaking and all the neighbors joining in for dear life.
Drinking the devil of
Devil
the...
and the
Woo!
Can you shut it up?
Turn that
quiet
shit
with your
off.
lips.
Get off my
I
lawn.
said
Yeah.
quiet.
I have to get up at 4 a.m.
He would force them all to listen to his stories, dreadful stories they were, about hanging and walking the plank, and storms at sea, and the dry Tortugas, and the wild deeds and places on the Spanish Main. By his own account, he must have lived his life among some of the wickedest men God has ever allowed upon the sea. The captain, having been living with us for almost a year, when there occurred the first of many mysterious events that rid us of at last his presence. It was one January morning, very early, a pinching frosty morning. The captain had risen earlier than usual and sat down on the beach with his telescope under his arms. My mother was upstairs, and I was laying the breakfast table against the captain's return, when the parlor door opened and a stranger stepped in.
Sonny, come here, Sonny. Is that my table for my mate Bill?
I don't know you, mate Bill. I'm laying this for a man who stays in the house. We call him the captain.
Well, my mate Bill, you call him the captain like as not. Well, we put it for argument like that your captain's got a cut on one cheek, and we'll put it, if you like, that cheek's the right one, eh? But of course, save me. There he is now. There's my mate Bill. That's him, with his spyglass under his arm, and bless his old heart, to be sure. You and me just get back behind the door, Sonny, and we'll give Bill a little surprise. We will, bless his heart, I says again.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho.
Hello, Bill. Come, Bill. You knows me. You knows that old shipmate, Bill, surely.
Oh God, not this guy again. Black Dog? Really? What the hell?
Oh, yeah, black dog as it ever was, eh, Bill? Bill, we see that sort at times, us too.
So you've run me down. Here I am. Well, speak up. What the hell do you want?
Ha ha ha, that's you, Bill. You're in the right of it, Billy. I'll have a glass of rum for this dear child here. What I've took such a liking to, and we'll sit down, if you please, and talk square, like all shipmates. Sit down, Bill. And you, Sonny, get aft.
Yes, sir.
And none of your keyholes on me, d'ya hear?
For a while, I could hear nothing but low gabbing. Suddenly, the voices began to grow higher.
No, no, no. And an end of it. If it comes to swinging, swing all, say I.
Ah! 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 Ah!
I saw Black Dog, streaming blood running off down the hill. Presently, the captain returned, alone.
Jim, give me some of that rum.
Captain, are you hurt?
I must get away from here. Get away. That's what. I must get away, and I must do so now.
What's happened, Jim? What's happened? You say it's the captain, eh?
It's the captain.
Oh, dearie me, what a disgrace. Can you smell that? Do you smell that? I've been afraid of something like this ever since he came into the house with that old heavy chest of his.
I got the rum and tried to put it down his throat, but his teeth were tightly shut and his jaws were strong as iron. An hour later, our friend Dr. Livesey came.
Doctor, what shall we do? Do you smell that?
Where is he wounded, Doctor?
Wounded? Fiddlesticks end. No more wounded than you or I. This man had a stroke.
Where's that bastard Black Dog?
Black Dog? There's no Black Dog, except what you have on your own back. You've been drinking rum, man, and you've had a stroke. Now, listen to me. One glass of rum a day won't kill you, but if you take one, you'll take another, and then you'll die. Die and go to your own place, like the man in the Bible. And the world will be rid of a very dirty scoundrel. Do you understand that? The name of rum for you is death.
About noon the next day, I stopped at the captain's door with some medicines.
Who is it?
It's me, Jim.
Come in, Jim. Come in.
He was lying very much as we had left him.
Jim, you're the only one here that's worth anything. You know I always been good to you. Never a month, but I've given you a silver, 4 penny for yourself. Now you see, mate, I'm pretty low and deserted by all, Jim. You bring me a noggin of rum, won't you, matey?
But the doctor said...
Doctors? Damn the doctors. Doctors is all swabs. If I don't have a drain of rum, Jim, I'll have the horrors. I seen some of them already. Seen old Flint in the corners there. Behind you as plain as print. I seen him, Jim. I'll give you a golden guinea for a noggin.
When I brought it to him, he seized it greedily and drank it out.
Aye, that's some better sure enough. Now, matey, did that doctor say how long I was to lie here in this old berth?
Why, a week at least.
Thunder, a week? I cannot do that. They've had the black spot on me by then. The lubbers has gone about getting the wind of me. This blessed moment, lubbers is couldn't keep what they got. They want to nail one another's. It's to me old sea chest, Jim. The thing they're after. They'll tip me the black spot. I know it. I was first mate. I was old Flint's first mate, and I'm the only one who knows the place he buried it. He gave it me at Savannah, where he lay a-dying.
Well, what's the black spot, Captain?
A summons from old Flint's crew. A summons and them as gets it. Jim is lucky when they're dead.
So, a week went by, and then about 3 o'clock of a bitter, foggy, frosty afternoon, I saw someone drawing slowly near along the road. He was plainly blind, for he tapped before him with a stick, and he wore a great green shade over his eyes and nose, and he was hunched, as if with age or weakness, and wore a huge old tattered sea cloak with a hood.
Go on, Christian friends, take pity on a blind mariner who lost his precious sight of his eyes in the gracious defence of his native country, England. And God bless King George. Where or in what port of the country he be now?
You're at the Admiral Benbow Inn, sailor.
Eh? Eh?
Black Hill Cove, sir.
I hear a voice, a young voice. It's here where I miss me dead light. Will you give me a hand, kind young friend, and lead me into the captain?
I held out my hand, and the horrible, soft-spoken, eyeless creature gripped it in a moment like a vice.
Now, boy, take me to the captain.
Sir, upon my word, I dare not.
You had me. Take me in straight.
Ow!
Will you take me to the captain?
Yes, sir.
Good. And when I'm in view, say to him, "Is your friend to you, Bill Bones? If you don't, I'll twist your arm right off your body. Do you hear?"
Yes, sir. Ow!
It's your pattern, I damn you. Now march forward.
Here's a friend for you, Bill Bones.
Now, Bill, sit where you are. Business is business, and hold out your left hand, Bill. Boy, take his left hand by the wrist and bring it near to my right. Here's a little bit of paper for you, Bill Bones. Now that's done, I'll be going. Goodbye, Bill. Goodbye.
Jim?
Yes, Captain.
What time is it, Jim?
10 o'clock.
10 of the clock. 10 o'clock. 6 hours. We'll deader 'em yet. Pew and Black Dog and Long John Silver, the whole crew of 'em. We'll...
Captain? Captain? Captain! Captain!
I'm dead, Jim.
Captain was dead. And there we were, my mother and I, a woman and a boy of 14, alone at night in the house with the dead captain's body on the parlor floor.
He owes his money, he does. A whole year, never a penny from him. And me, a poor widow. And you smell that, right? You do, you smell that.
I smell it. But Mother, if Black Dog comes back, or the blind man...
Oh, Black Dog fiddlesticks. There's something in that old chest of his upstairs that's rightfully mine. And we'll have that chest open if we die for it.
Mother?
Close the blinds, Jim. We don't want anybody watching us from the outside.
We have to get the key off of him. Look, Mother, look!
On the floor, close to the dead man's hand, there was a little round of paper, blackened on one side.
The black spot!
I took it up and found that
You'll have till 10 tonight. That's 4 hours.
No, Jim, find that key.
I felt in his pockets one after another.
Perhaps it's round his neck. Tear open his shirt. You know, yeah, go ahead, tear open his shirt.
There, sure enough, hanging by a tarry string, we found the key. Then my mother got a candle in the bar. And holding each other's hands, we went upstairs to his room.
Give me the key, Jim. Now then. Nothing in here. Not a damn thing. One single thing of value, not a penny.
Mother, look!
There before us lay the last things in the chest. A bundle, tied up in oilcloth, looking like papers, and a canvas bag that gave forth at the touch with a jingle of gold.
Do you see him, Jim? I knew he'd find it, but I'll show these rogues that I'm an honest woman, or have me do, and not a farthing more. Here, Jim, hold this bag.
The coins were of all countries and sizes, doubloons and louis d'or, and guineas and pieces of 8.
Mother!
What is it, Jim?
Mother, listen! Come, Mother. Mother, take the whole, and let's be gone.
No, I'll have me do, Jim, and no more.
But, Mother, you heard him. That was the blind man.
I know what I'm doing. I know me rights.
But, Mother, you don't know.
Oh, dear. I'll take what I have.
And I'll take these papers. Quick, Mother, quick! Take my hand.
Next moment, we had opened the door and were in full retreat towards the village.
Look, Jim, over the hill. There they come.
Run, Mother! Mother, run!
Oh, Jim, I'm going to faint. I'm old now, Jim. Hold on. Oh, Jim, take the money and go
Mother!
on.
Mother!
She had fainted. I managed somehow to drag her down the bank into the shadows of the ditch. A moment later, the house was surrounded.
Bones. Bones. Bill Bones. You answer me. Down with the door then.
Aye, Captain.
In, ye lubbers. Loot the house and find it.
Bill's dead! Hey, Pew. Bill's dead.
Fetch him. ye shrieking lobbers, and the rest of ye, aloft and get that chest.
I want the rum.
It was a good thing my mother had fainted, or she would have had to have watched with me while our poor house was pulled apart and smashed. Whatever it was they were after, they did not find it.
Well, is it there?
The money's there.
Jim, what is it? What is it? What are they after?
The map, Mother. Flint's map.
Ah, shit.
Hey, Pew, there's the signal. Scary me, lads.
Hold on, ye snakes, it's in the house. You know it. Shiver me so if it had me eyes.
The signal, Pew. The signal. The
Ye
plane.
Ye had your hands on hundreds, on thousands. Are you giving up now? You'd be as rich as kings if you'd find it. You'd know it's there. You stand there skulking. There wasn't one of your dread-faced Bill, and I did it, a blind man. I'm here to lose me chance for you, to be a poor crawling beggar sponging for rum when I might be rolling in a couch if you had a plug of a Weevil sea biscuit among the lot of ye.
That's the last signal.
Dick, Black Dog, Johnny, Dick. You won't leave old Pew, mates. Not old Pew. Johnny, Black Dog, don't leave old Pew. Don't.
Sorry, mate. You're in
And
the
they pick-
end.
When they picked him up, he lay there on the road on his side. Pew was stone dead. The horsemen, as it turned out, were revenue officers, and some news of a strange lugger in Kit Hole they had set forth that night in our direction. They took my mother to a neighbor's house. Well, Hawkins, they got the money, you say? Well, what in fortune were they after? More money, I suppose.
No, Sergeant, not money. I think, in fact, sir, I believe I have the thing in my breast pocket. And to tell you the truth, I should like to put it in safety.
To be sure, boy, quite right. I'll take it.
I thought perhaps Dr. Livesey?
What? Oh, yes, Dr. Livesey. Perfect right. A gentleman and a magistrate, Dodger.
Yes, sir.
You have a good horse. Take this lad up behind you.
Yes, sir.
And we rode hard all the way back until we came to Dr. Livesey's door.
Dr. Livesey? The doctor's supping tonight at Squire's.
The squire? Oh, there we go, boy.
We arrived at the squire's. He rose to meet us, very stately and condescending.
Come in, gentlemen.
Good evening, Squire. Good evening, Dr. Livesey.
Good evening to your friend Jim. What good whim brings you here?
Then the officer stood straight and stiff and told his story.
Sergeant, you're a very noble fellow, and this lad Hawkins is a trump. Donald J? Or that? No, never mind. I perceive. Hawkins, ring that bell. The sergeant must have some ale.
Make
There
the
you
hotel
go.
business great again. And so, Jim, you have that thing they were after, have you?
Here it is, sir.
You've heard of this Captain Flint, I suppose, Squire?
Heard of him? Heard of him, you say? He was the bloodthirstiest buccaneer that sailed. Blackbeard was a child to Flint. The Spaniards were so prodigiously afraid of him that I tell you, sir, I was sometimes proud he was an Englishman.
What interests me is, has he money?
Money? What are the villains after but money?
That we will soon know. What I want to know is this. Suppose we have here in my pocket some clue where Flint buried his treasure. Will that treasure amount to much?
Amount, sir? It will amount to this. If we have the clue you talk about, I'll fit it out a ship in Bristol Dock and take you and Hawkins here along, and I'll have that treasure if I search a year.
Very well. Now, if Jim is agreeable, we'll open the packet. A map of an island with latitude and longitude. Writing. Tall tree, spyglass shoulder. Bearing a point to the north of northeast. Skeleton Island, southeast by east, 10 feet. The bar silver is in the northern cache.
Livesy, you'll give up this wretched practice at once. Tomorrow I start for Bristol. In 3 weeks' time, 3 weeks? 2 weeks, 10 days, we'll have the best ship, sir, and the choicest crew in England. Hawkins shall come as a cabin boy. You, Livesy, as ship's doctor. I am Admiral.
I'll go with you, Squire. So will Jim, and he'll be a credit to the undertaking. There's only one man I'm afraid of, though.
Well, who's that? Name the dog, sir.
Well, you, sir, for you cannot hold your tongue.
In a few moments, we shall be bound for Treasure Island with Dr. Livesey, Squire Trelawney, and of course, Jim Hawkins. We pause now for some awesome KLRN radio players commercials and the song. We will be back live with the play in about 7 minutes. This is KLRN Radio.
Hello, friends. Big Dick Dickens here. I want to thank you for tuning in to this very special production of Treasure Island by the KLRN Players. We here at Dickens Cider are proud to be a sponsor of tonight's production. So when you and your favorite wench check into the Admiral Benbow Inn, or wherever the hell it is you're planning to stay, don't be bashful about asking the captain for a real treasure for her, a Dickens Cider. Your wench is gonna love the taste and the feeling of the new Long John Silver edition of Dickens Cider as it goes down. It's guaranteed to wet her whistle and shiver her timbers. And remember, friends, it's not X that marks the spot for that Dickens Cider, it's Y. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
When life grows difficult, the wise turn to Old Domershire Reserve, made in the rolling green hills of Domershire and aged to a state of almost suspicious serenity. Old Domershire Reserve is the cheese known across the realm for its rich flavor, mellow finish, and remarkable ability to make even the most urgent concerns feel. Whether at table by the fire or aboard a ship with nowhere pressing to be, Old Domershire Reserve brings comfort to troubled souls and a certain mellow ease to the voyage. 1 bite, and the day improves. 2 bites, and your trouble seems further away. 3 bites, and you may find yourself smiling at a chair for no particular reason. Old Domershire Reserve, uncommonly smooth, questionably soothing, and best enjoyed when there's absolutely nothing important left to do.
Black sea calls my name through the salt and the rain. I feel the pull again. The black sea calls my name. The dark rolls through my veins like fire without flame. I know I won't turn back. The black sea calls my name. Move on the mast, wind in the line. faces glow in the half-light. Rum on the breath and tongue. Somebody laughs too softly, like they know what will become. Maps on the table shaking, gold in my light fever. Every man wears a smile, every smile hides a clear. Footsteps crossing the midnight, one hand close to a blade. No one says what they're thinking, still the wager has been made. The Black Sea calls my name, through the salt and the rain. I feel the pull again. The Black Sea calls my name. The dark rolls through my veins, like fire without flame. I know I won't turn back. The Black Sea calls my name. No prize can cure the hunger, no chest can settle the heart. One takes the soul in pieces and tears the will apart. Still when the sky goes violent, still when the deck turns wild, something beyond the horizon calls to the beast inside. The Black Sea calls my name, through the salt and rain. I feel the pull again. The Black Sea calls my name. The dark rolls through my veins, like fire without flame. I know I won't turn back. The Black Sea calls my name. Black Sea call my name. Black Sea call my name. I hear you in the wind. I feel you rise again. Black Sea call my name. Black Sea call my name. No shore can quiet this. No shore can make me change.
Tonight, KLRN players are presenting you Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. As Jim Hawkins was telling us, we are eager to leave the Benbow Inn behind and set out for the docks in Bristol.
It was longer than the squire imagined ere we were ready for the sea. Weeks passed on. Then, one fine day, there came a letter from the squire, from Bristol.
Dear Livesey, the ship is bought and fitted. She lies at anchor, ready for sea. It was the crew that delayed me till the most remarkable stroke of fortune brought me the very man that I required. I was standing on the dock when, by the merest accident, I fell in talk with him. He had hobbled down there that morning with a parrot on his shoulder to get a smell of salt. Yes, salt. Out of pure pity, I engaged him on the spot to be ship's cook. Long John Silver, he is called, and has lost a leg, but makes very good crunchies and perhaps a chicken plank. Well, sir, I thought I only found a cook, but it was a crew I'd discovered. Between Silver and myself, we got together in a few days a company of the toughest old salts imaginable. I declare we could fight a frigate. Seaward ho! Hang the treasure! It's the glory of the sea that has turned my head.
On the 16th of April, the schooner Hispaniola set sail from Bristol Harbor. It was more than 19 years ago, but I can remember it as if it was yesterday.
Me in my new blue cabin boy's clothes,
19 years ago.
leaning over the rail, waving goodbye to my mother, and doing my best not to cry, for at the last moment, it sort of hurt to leave her. It was the first time I'd been away from home. Then, a little before noon, Captain Smollett gave an order. The boatswain sounded his pipe. And the crew began to man the capstan bars. Soon the anchor was shored up. Soon it was hanging dripping at the bows. Soon the sail began to draw, and the land of the ship by the slip on either side. The Hispaniola had begun her voyage to the Isle of Treasure. On the second day out, I made the acquaintance of our one-legged ship cook, Long John Silver.
Hey there, boy. Come on in. Come on into Long John's galley.
To tell you the truth, at the very first mention of Long John Silver in the squire's letter, I had taken a fear in my mind that this might be the very one-legged sailor that I had watched all those months at the Benbow Inn. But one look at him was enough. I'd seen Captain Bones, Black Dog, Lime Pew, and I knew what a buccaneer looked like. Very different from this clean, pleasant-looking sea cook. His left leg was cut off, close to his hip, and under his left shoulder he carried a crutch, which he managed wonderfully, hopping about like a bird.
Pieces of eight, pieces of eight, pieces of eight.
Are you Mr. Silver, sir?
Yes. Yes, me lad, such is me name to be sure. And you're Hawkins, eh? Nobody more welcome than yourself, me lad, in old John's galley. So sit down, hear the news. Your first trip to sea, Hawkins.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's a lot of things you're going to learn before this here voyage is over. What do you think, Hawkins? And if there's anything you want to know, Hawkins, you just come to old Long John Silver and ask him, see, he'll tell you.
His galley was as clean as a new pin, the dishes hanging up burnished, and his parrot in the cage in the corner.
Is Captain Flint. I call my parrot Captain Flint. Yeah, the parrot after the famous buccaneer. Is Captain Flint predicting success to our voyage? Wasn't you, Captain?
Pieces of eight, pieces of eight.
Aye, she's a powerful old bird, is Captain Flint. 200 years old if she's a day. And if anybody's seen more wickedness, it must be the devil himself. She sailed with England, the great Captain England, the pirate, on the old Walrus. That's Flint's old ship. And I've seen her muck with the red blood and fit to sink with gold. She's been to Madagascar and at Malabar and Suriname and Providence and Portobello. To look at her, you'd think she was a baby, Hawkins, but you smelt powder, haven't you, Captain?
Step, go about, step out and go about.
And blood, eh, Captain?
Ships, all hands,
And pieces of eight, eh, Captain?
pieces of eight, pieces of eight, pieces of eight, pieces of eight, pieces of eight.
And at the end of the third week, we left Madeira behind us. The ship proved to be a good ship. The crew seemed to be capable seamen. There was only one man aboard who was not satisfied, and that was the ship's master, Captain Smollett.
I'll speak plain. I don't like it. I don't like this cruise. I don't like the men. I don't like me officers. That's short and sweet.
But nobody paid much attention to him. Every man on board seemed well content. Double grog was served at the least excuse. There was duff on odd days, and always a barrel of apples standing broached in the waist for anyone to help himself that had a fancy.
Never no good come of it yet. Spoil foxelands, make devils. That's the belief. We're not home again yet.
But good did come from that apple barrel. It was about the last day of our outward voyage. Sometime that night, or at least before noon of the morrow, we should sight Treasure Island. Just after sundown, when all my work was over, I thought I should like an apple. I ran on deck. The watch was all full forward, looking for the island. I got into the apple barrel, and suddenly I heard voices on deck.
Grumble, grumble.
Look out, barbecue. How long are we going to stand off in like a blessed bumboat? By thunder, I want to go into that cabin. I do. I really do. I want the pickles and wine and cheese and all that.
How long? By the powers, last moment I can manage, and that's how long. How many tall ships, think you, have I seen laid aboard? How many brisk lads dying in the sun at execution dock? And all this for the same hurry and hurry and hurry. He's a first-rate seaman. Captain Smollett sails the blessed ship for us.
Yar, we're all seamen aboard here, I should think, or...
Whole forecastle ends. You mean, I know the sort you are. You're never happy till you're drunk.
Easy all along, John.
I don't know where this treasure is, do I? No more than you, says you, and is this squire and doctor with a map and such. Well, now I mean this squire and doctor shall find the treasure for us and help us to get it aboard by the powers. After that...
Yar, after that, what do we do with them, Long John Silver? After that, what do we do?
Well, what would you think we does with them? Put them ashore like maroons? Or cut them down like that much pork? Duty is duty, mates. Wait. Here's what I says. When the time comes, why, let her rip.
Land ho!
What's that?
What's that?
Land ho!
Circle K ho!
Oh, we're so here.
Away to the southwest of us, we saw it, Treasure Island. 10 minutes later, we were gathered in the cabin, the squire, Dr. Livesey, the captain, and myself.
Now, Hawkins, you have something to say. Speak up.
I did as I was bid. I told them the whole story of Silver's conversation, and when that was done, all three, one after another, each with a bow, drank my good health. Then the squire rose.
Jussie, Captain Smollett, you were right and I was wrong. I own myself an ass. I await your orders, sir.
This Silver is a remarkable man.
Here's the way I see it. We must go on because we can't turn back. Now, what I propose is that we don't wait for them to surprise us, but that we come to blows at our own time and when they least expect it. There must be some faithful hands left. Well, we must find out who they are.
Oh, Jim can probably help us more than anyone else. The men are not shy with him, and Jim is a noticing lad.
Hawkins, I put prodigious faith in you.
In the meantime, talk as we pleased, there were only 7 out of 26 on whom we could rely. And of these 7 men, I was a boy. So that the grown men on our side were 6 to their 19. Next morning, there was not a breath of air moving, nor sound, but that of the surf booming half a mile away along the beaches. A peculiar, stagnant smell hung over the anchorage. The heat was sweltering, and the men grumbled fiercely over their work. Mutiny, it was plain, hung over us like a thundercloud. Around noon, Captain Smollett came up on deck.
All right, my lads. We've had a hot day, and we're all tired and out of sorts. A quick turn to shore's what? It'll hurt no one. Eggs, and as many as please, they go ashore for the afternoon.
Yay! Andrew Lennox answered with his life.
Norway!
Hey, wait a bit, man. What's the hurry?
John Silver suspected a trick. He hopped around the deck on his one leg.
What's the hurry, I say? Wait a bit, will you, man?
Soon, the party was organized. 6 fellows were to stay on board, and 13, including Silver, began to embark. Suddenly, I had a mad notion to go ashore too. In a jiffy, I had slipped over the side and crawled up in the foresheets of the nearest boat. No one took notice of me. The crews raced for the beach. No sooner had we touched the shore than I leaped out and plunged into the nearest thicket. Behind me, I could hear John Silver's voice.
Hey, Jim, me boy, Jim, wait up, Jim.
John Silver was quick at his work. 2 faithful members of the crew were murdered on the island that afternoon, only an hour after we landed.
Ah!
The second killing I saw with my own eyes, from where I lay hidden among the trees.
Will you tell me you'll let me be yourself led away with that kind of a mess of swabs?
Sure as God sees me, I'd sooner lose me hand than turn again me duty.
Mate, it's because I think gold dust of you. Gold dust.
John Silver, you're a mate of mine no more. If I die like a dog, I die in me duty. You've killed Alan, have you? Kill me too if you can, but I defies you.
He started to walk away.
Try this, then.
Long John whipped the crutch out of his armpit and sent it hurling through the air.
Ah! I'm melting! Oh, wait, wrong play.
Last play. It struck him in the back and killed him. Then Silver brought out a whistle. It didn't wait. So I ran. I ran as I'd never run before.
Darby McGraw.
I looked up at the side of the hill.
Woohoo!
Far above me, I saw something leap behind the trunk of a tree. It seemed dark and shaggy. I turned and began to run. Suddenly, the thing appeared in front of me, and running forward, threw itself on its knees before me and held out its clasped hands in supplication.
Whoa!
Who are you?
I'm poor Ben Gunn, I am. I haven't spoke with a Christian these 3 years.
3 years? Were you shipwrecked?
No, mate, marooned. 3 years. Lived on goats since then, and berries, and oysters. Oh, take a look down south, you can see what a mate that had on me. And me heart is sore for the Christian diet. You mustn't happen to have a piece of cheese on you now. No? Well, many's the night I've dreamed of cheese. Toasted mostly. And woke up again, and here I was. What do you call yourself, mate?
Jim.
Jim? Jim? Yeah, well, no, Jim. You wouldn't think I was as rich and look at me now, would you?
Why, no. Not in particular.
Ha! Well, but I am, Jim. I'm rich. Rich. Powerful rich. Oh, Jim, you'll bless your stars, you will. You was the first that found me. Woohoo!
Suddenly his eyes fell on the Hispaniola laying far below us. Between it and the land was the jolly boat, with 5 men moving toward shore, but I could not tell if they were our men or the mutineers.
Jim, tell me true. That isn't Flint's ship, is it?
It's not Flint's ship, and Flint is dead. There's some of Flint's hands aboard. Worse luck for the rest of us.
Not a man with one leg?
Silver?
Hoo-hoo. But if you were sunk by Long John, hoo-hoo, I'm as good as pork, I know it. I was in Flint's ship with John Silver. The way old Flint buried his treasure. He and 6 along, 6 strong seamen. And I was ashore nigh on a week. And then one day, here comes Flint, by himself, in a little boat. And the 6 all dead and buried, along with the treasure. How he done it, not a man of us could make out.
I told him the purpose of our voyage and the predicament in which we now found ourselves.
Oh, that Long John, he's a bad un. Then you're all in a clovage, aren't you? Well, Gun's the man to help you. You tell your squire, Jim, Ben Gun's the man, and that's what you'll say. And Ben Gunn says that you has ideas of his own. Woo, look at that.
Far below us, we saw a Union Jack fluttering in the air above the woods.
Why, there's your friend, sure enough.
More likely, it's the mutineers.
No, mate. Sylvan Fly the Jolly Roger, that's your friend, sure enough. A shot in the old stockade made years ago by Flint. Whoa, what was that?
That's the ship's cannon. They're shooting at the stockade. Come on!
Right. Wait a minute, Jim. Wait. Ben Gunn's fly. Rum wouldn't bring me down there. But remember, Jim, Ben Gunn's the man to help you. And when Ben Gunn is wanted, you knows where to find him. So just where you found him today.
I started to run towards the flag.
Jim.
Yes, sir?
You won't forget that piece of cheese now, will you, mate?
It was less than a mile of the stockade. It was heavy running through the woods. The shooting was getting louder. Suddenly, before me, I saw a clearing and the smoke of muskets fired nearby. Hey there!
Who goes there?
Hey, don't shoot, it's me!
Who's me?
Me, Jim Hawkins!
It's Jim. Jim's back. He's safe. Hooray!
Huzzah!
Moments later, I was over the stockade among my friends, and soon afterwards, the firing ceased. The mutineers were saving their powder. The stockade was a good place, with a paling 6 feet high all around it. We could have held it against a regiment. And here Captain Smollett decided to stay and await our enemy's next move. I told Dr. Livesey and the squire about Ben Gunn.
Aye, flag a truce.
Who's that?
It's Silver. Keep indoors, men. 10-1, this is a trick. Who goes? Stand or we fire.
Flag of truce.
Doctor's watching the lookout. Dr. Livesey, take the north side if you please.
Yes, sir.
Jim, the east. Gray, west. The watch below, all hands to load muskets. Lively, men, and careful. What do you want with your flag of truce?
Captain Silver, sir, come to make terms.
Captain Silver? Why, you black-hearted scoundrel,
Silence, sir. Silence. If you wish to talk to me, you can come, and that's all. If there's any treachery, it'll be on your side, and the Lord help you.
That's enough, Captain. A word from you's enough. I know a gentleman, and you may lay to that.
Then you'd better sit down.
Aye, you ain't a-gonna let me inside, Captain. It's a main cold morning, to be sure, sir, to sit outside on the sand. And there's Jim. Top of the morning to you, Jim. Why, there you're all together like an happy family in a manner of speaking.
If you've anything to say, my man, you better say it.
All right, you were, Captain Smollett. Duty's duty, to be sure. Well, here it is. We want that treasure. We'll have it. That's our point. You just as soon save your lives, I reckon, and that's yours. You have a chart, haven't you?
That's as may be.
Oh, well, you have. I know that. What I mean is, we want your chart. You give us the chart to get the treasure by, and I'll get you my affidavy upon my word of honor to clap you somewhere safe ashore.
Is that all you have to say?
Every last word, by thunder. Refuse that, and you've seen the last of me, but musket bolts.
Very good. Now you'll hear me. If you'll come up one by one, unarmed, I'll engage to clap you all in irons and take you home to a fair trial in England. If you won't, As me name's Alexander Smollett, I've flown the Sovereign's colours, and I'll see you all to Davy Jones. You can't find the treasure, you can't sail the ship, and you can't fight us. I stand here to tell you so, and it's the last good word you'll get from me. Now tramp, me lad.
By thunder, laugh. Before an hour's out, you'll laugh on the other side. Them that die'll be the lucky ones.
Encouraging ad libs.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, nothing remained of the attacking party but 5 who'd fallen. 4 on the inside, 1 on the outside of the palisade. The mutineers did not come back that night. They got their rations, as the captain put it. The next day was stifling hot. And after dinner, Dr. Livesey sent for me.
Jim, was it cheese you said Ben Gunn had a fancy for?
Yes, sir. Cheese.
Well, Jim, just see the good that comes from being dainty in your food. You've seen my snuff box, haven't you? And you've never seen me take snuff. The reason being that my snuff box, I carry a piece of Parmesan cheese, like you would put on your spaghetti. A cheese made in Italy. Very nutritious. Well, that's for Ben Gunn. Well, goodbye, lad.
Then he took up his hat and pistols, girded on his cutlass, put the chart in his pocket, and set off briskly through the trees. That afternoon, the blockhouse being stifling hot, and the little patch of sand inside the palisades ablaze with the midday sun, and so much blood about me, and so many poor dead bodies lying around, a new idea had come into my head. This was a swim out under the cover of night, cut the Hispaniola adrift, and let her go ashore where she fancied. The mutineers, after their repulse of the morning, had nothing nearer their hearts to anchor up and away to sea. This, I thought, would be a fine thing to prevent. It was evening when I reached the east coast of the island. I could see the Hispaniola lying in the anchor offshore, and there was the Jolly Roger, the black flag of piracy, flying from a peak. As the last rays of daylight dwindled and disappeared, absolute darkness settled down on Treasure Island. The next night, I was back on land. I was proud of myself, and with good reason. I had grounded the Hispaniola, beached her up tidily in the North Inlet, with no harm done, safe from the mutineers. I had no trouble finding the stockade coming in from the shore, keeping close in the shadow where the darkness was thickest. I crept in the blockhouse, could see nothing. The doctor and the squire must have worried about me. I should lie down in my own place, I thought, and enjoy their faces when they found me in the morning. Down.
Peace is right. Peace is right. Peace is right.
Who goes? Who goes? Bring a torch, Dick. Well, shiver me timbers, Jim Hawkins. Dropped in like, quite a pleasant surprise for poor old John. I always like you, I have, Jim, for a lad of spirit. A picture of my own self when I was young and handsome. Always wanted you to join my camp and take your share and die a gentleman. And now, my cock, you've got to. You can't go back to your own lot.
Where are they?
Now, where do you think, my son?
Have you killed them?
What do you think?
Well, I'm not such a fool, but I pretty well know what I have to look for. But there's a thing or two I have to tell you. And the first thing is, here you are, in a bad way. Ship lost, treasure lost, men lost. And if you want to know who did it, it was I.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
I was in the Apple Barrel that night when we sighted land, and I heard you, John, and you, Dick Johnson, and Hans, and now I was at the bottom of the sea, and told every word you said before the hour was out. And as for the schooner, it was I who cut her cable.
And
it was I who brought her where you'll never see her more. Not one of you. I no more fear you than fear a fly.
I need my sock.
I'll put one to that, and there goes, you sneaking son of a skunk.
And so will I.
Avast there! Who are you, Tom Morgan? Maybe you thought you was Capmere, perhaps.
Tom's right. Kill the boy.
Kill him.
Kill
Do him in.
I'm in.
Walk the plank.
Did any of you gentlemen want to have it out with me? Him that wants it shall get it. You won't fight? Then by thunder you'll obey. You may lay to it. I like that boy now. Never seen a better boy than that. He's more men than any pair of rats here in this here house. What I say is this. Let me see him that'll lay a hand on him. That's what I say. And you may lay to it. Seems you have a lot to say. Pipe up and let me hear it. Or lay to.
John.
What?
John, we got something for you.
Step up. I won't bite you. Hand it over, lubber. The black spot. I thought so. What's on it? Deposed. Deposed. That's it, is it? Very pretty words to wrote, to be sure, like print, I swear. But it ain't one bit printier wrote than this.
Hey, what's that?
And what does it look like, lads? A chart. That's what it is. A chart. A chart of this island. Old Flint's chart. Now, what do you say to that?
Yes, that's Flint's. Sure enough.
Aye, that's it.
Okay, off. And a clove hitch to it. So we done ever.
Silver's the man.
Silver, John. Silver's the captain.
Silver! John
Get a ball five bucks, Silver. You're the man.
That was the end of the night's business. Only months later, I woke up suddenly and felt someone behind me.
Jim, me boy.
Yes, Long John.
I saved your life for you tonight, Jim. Now, you and me stick close, Jim, back to back, like in case of trouble. And talking of trouble, Jim, why did those friends of yours leave that chart behind when they cleared out of here? They did, though. And I came this here morning and found the place empty and that chart lying there on the table where I couldn't miss it. And there's something under that, good or bad.
The next morning, we set out for the treasure.
Tall tree, by glass shoulder, bearing a point to the north and northeast, Skeleton Island, east, southeast, and by east, 10 east.
Hey, over there. Come quick.
At the foot of the pond, half covered in green creeper, a human skeleton lay on the ground.
A skeleton, be God.
It lay perfectly straight, the feet pointing in one direction, the hands raised above its head like a diver's, pointing directly in the opposite.
It ain't natural. But you know, lads, I have a notion in my old numbskull. Now, here's the compass. There's the tip-top point of Skeleton Island, sticking out like a tooth. Just take a bearing, will you, along the line of them bones?
East, southeast, and by east.
I thought so. It's a pointer. Right up there's our line for the Pole Star and the Jolly Dollars. This is one of Flint's jokes. And no mistake. Him and these six was alone here. Alone, he killed them. Every man. And this one he hauled up here and laid down by the compass. Yes, 6 they were, and 6 we are. And bones is what they are now.
I saw him dead. Old Flint. There he laid with penny pieces on his eyes.
Dead, Aye, sure enough, he did. But if ever spirit walked, it'd be Flint's. Dear odd, but he died bad, did Flint.
Aye, that he did.
Aye, main hearted were. And the windy was open. And I hear that old song is coming out as clear as hell. And the death hole on the man already.
Aye, listen.
Oh, 15 men on a dead man's chest.
Do you hear what I hear?
Yo-ho-ho.
That's Flint, begad. Old Flint.
Darby McGraw.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Darby McGraw. Fetch off the rum.
The rum's gone. That was his last words.
Darby McGraw.
Old Flint's last words about Bud.
Oh, my sweet baby Jesus.
Shipmates, there's 750,000 pounds, not a quarter of a mile from here. Since when did a gentleman of fortune show his stern to that many dollars for a boozy old seaman with a blue mug, and him dead, too?
Belay there, Don. Don't you cross a spirit.
Spirit? Well, maybe, you know whose voice that was. It was like someone else's. It was like, thou was been gone.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, so it were. Been gone, it were.
Why, nobody minds Ben Gunn. Dead or alive. Nobody minds him.
Wide glass shoulder, blowing a point to the northeast. Skeleton Island, southeast and by east. 10 feet.
Hey, mates. Here's the top three.
The first of the tall trees was reached, and by bearing proved the wrong one. So did the second, so the third.
It is. Island John. Mary, it is.
Before us, a great excavation. In this was the shaft of a pick, broken in two, and the boards of several packing cases strewn around, all branded with the name Walrus, from the name of Flint's ship. The treasure had been found and rifled. The 700,000 pounds were gone. We turned and saw above us, on the edge of the pit, Ben Gunn, Dr. Livesey, Gray, and the squire, all with muskets. The doctor's plan had worked. The pirates had fallen into a trap.
John Silver, you're a prodigious villain and an impostor, sir. But you saved this boy's life, and I'll not prosecute you. But the dead men, sir, hang about your neck like millstones.
Thank you kindly, sir.
I dare you to thank me. It's a gross dereliction of my duty. Stand back.
It took us 3 days to move the treasure from Ben Gunn's cave on board ship. On the 8th day of December, the Hispaniola had reached Bristol. 5 men, only of those who had sailed, returned with her.
Well, that was 19 years ago. All of us had an ample share of the treasure and used it, wisely or foolishly, according to our natures. Captain Smollett now retired from the sea. As for Ben Gunn, he got 1,000 pounds, which he spent, or lost, in 19 days, for he was back to begging on the 20th.
Damn it.
Silver vanished on the voyage one night off the coast of Mexico, and we heard no more from him. The bar silver and all arms still lie. For all I know, where Flint buried them. And certainly they shall lie there for all time. Oxen and wain ropes would not bring me back again to that accursed island. And the worst dreams I ever have are when I hear the surf booming about the coast and start upright in bed, with the sharp voice of Captain Flint still ringing in my ears.
You have been listening to Treasure Island. And this is the KLRN Radio Players. We want to thank you for joining us tonight, and please stick around for the after party. But before we get to the after party, how about a little tease for what's coming up next in the summer of 2026?
Well, Sherlock, that was an interesting play tonight.
Yes, Watson, it's always fascinating when a group of thespians gather to drink and perform.
I must say, their enthusiasm was admirable.
Admirable, yes. Accurate, perhaps less so.
You object to their portrayal of pirates?
Only to the notion that any pirate would sing that frequently.
I'd rather enjoyed it.
Well, your tolerance for theatrics has always been generous.
Oh, and yet here you are, you attended.
Observation, Watson. One never knows where useful information may present itself.
Information? At a stage play?
Well, criminals require entertainment just as much as honest men.
Wait, you believe someone there tonight was...
Possibly.
That's not an answer.
It rarely is.
You spent half the evening watching the audience.
Naturally.
And did your observations reveal anything useful?
Perhaps.
You're doing it again.
Doing what?
Answering without answering.
Ah.
It's infuriating, you know.
Only when you wish the answer sooner than I wish to give it.
Very well, then. I shall force the matter.
Oh, how dramatic.
I am Hispanic, you know. A letter arrived during the second act.
Delivered here?
Yes. Mrs. Hudson said the messenger insisted it was urgent. There it is.
What?
That sound.
Which sound?
That thoughtful little you make when something has caught your interest.
Well, you have become quite perceptive.
Well, living with you would sharpen anyone's senses.
Okay. Let me see the letter. Interesting.
That was my thought.
No signature, no address, yet delivered directly to Baker Street. Cheap paper, recently cut, ink smudged slightly, written in haste.
You gathered all that already?
It is quite obvious.
Well, to you, perhaps.
And the message itself,
A single line.
quite theatrical.
Well, appropriate given the evening.
Tonight, after the curtain falls.
Precisely.
And the curtain is now fallen.
Holmes,
Yes,
it's coming.
right on schedule.
You expected this?
I suspected it.
Come in.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
You have found him.
Thank heavens.
And you are?
Arthur Bell. Forgive the intrusion, but I was told you might help me.
Who told you that?
A man at the theater tonight.
Did he give his name?
No.
Describe him.
Tall, dark coat, hat pulled low.
Unhelpfully common.
He pressed this letter into my hand and told me to bring it here immediately.
You carried the letter here?
Why, yes.
Tell me, Mr. Bell, were you frightened when he spoke to you?
Oh dear, yes.
Then the man achieved precisely what he intended.
I do not understand.
You were meant to come here.
Am I in danger?
Oh, almost certainly.
Holmes.
Accuracy, Watson.
Another visitor?
Would appear so.
Evening.
Good evening.
Which of you would be Sherlock Holmes?
I am.
Oh, good, good, good.
And you are?
Someone delivering a message.
Another message.
Something like that?
Well, we're waiting.
Someone has gone to considerable effort to ensure you become involved in this matter.
What matter?
That doctor is exactly what we are about to find out.
Ah.
You sound pleased.
Oh, my dear Watson. It would appear tonight's entertainment has only just begun. The game is afoot.
All right, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our traditional after-show cast party. God, that was fun tonight. For those of you who joined us late, where the hell have you been? We just finished doing Treasure Island. It was fantastic. And Jeff, how you doing?
Finally calm.
Finally calm. Okay, so for those of you who know, Jeff is our director, producer, and just all around sound effects. The one who puts this whole thing together right now. He is the heart and soul of the KLRN Playhouse. And how'd it go for you, Jeff?
Oh,
are you done shitting peach pits?
Yes, I am. I love how it went tonight. It was weird seeing us take it a little more serious tonight, which I really loved. So, I wasn't sure what to expect, and everyone, of course, delivered really well. And I need to apologize to Andrew on air for stepping on one of his lines, because for some reason, Morgan, the role of Morgan did not ring a bell in my mind. That's how tight I've been wound. So I do need to apologize to him, but otherwise it went great.
Excellent. Yes, it did. It went fantastic. And Man, those were some tongue twisters in the narrator's lines, I'll tell you. But okay, you know what? Let's just start with the cast. The man of the hour, the lead of our play, Dave.
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Long-time listener. So, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Kind of still toggling over what voice you were finally going to end up with, and no, you did fantastic tonight.
So thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that, and so did you. And he didn't. Robert Louis Stevenson did not write this to be done 100+ years later. That's for sure. It is tongue twistery for sure.
Much less spoken out loud.
Yeah, exactly. So, the copy's kind of hard to jump through because it doesn't seem like it goes in order or whatever. But I thought everybody did a great job and had a blast doing it.
Excellent. Well, this was your first lead.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you did fantastic.
No,
you did great.
No, I'm sorry. I'll write checks to you each individually after the after party. No, thanks. It was great. Jeff's right. I think we all took it a little bit more seriously, and I was looking for places to write jokes, and there's a couple of places where Jim gets cornered by pirates, and people are behind him, and those jokes write themselves, but nobody else seemed to be doing that, so I kind of let that go.
It did feel
we
more
did.
restrained.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
It did feel way more restrained than normal.
Yeah.
Well, I think
But
that's the
that's
material, though. It doesn't lend itself to ad-libbing in this when we're pretty much speaking 1880s dialogue.
Yeah, yeah. How do you tell a dick joke from 1883? I don't know how to do that.
I mean, I tried to do a hard-on reference regarding oysters, but that was the biggest stretch I could make.
I did a dramatic pause for semen, and that's about as close as I could come.
I was able to fire off a Circle K, but yeah, that was
I heard the Circle K. That was great.
But it was it for being one of the ones that we've actually done it straight. I really enjoyed it. I think everyone did fantastic tonight, and we got to come up to our next one. Long John Silver, BZ. Is he still with us?
Great.
Wait a minute, let me see if he's.
He stepped out for dinner.
I think he went to dinner.
Okay, well, all right, BZ. When you listen to this later, you did an awesome Long John Silver. You were fantastic.
That was the easiest casting ever.
That
He's
that
awesome.
really was. We were joking about it before I dropped the cast list, and I said, "No, I got the perfect role for you." He's all the ship. I said, "Yeah, you got to make ocean breaking on the on the bow scenes for an hour and a half." And he's like, "Okay, I got it. I'm doing it." So,
no, he was gold. He was unrecognizable.
yeah, no, he really was. I had to keep looking and go, "Who was playing Silver again?" And I cast the damn role. So, well, actually, that was what Jeff and I said. That's a no-brainer. So, when we were doing the casting. So, next one on the list, Captain Bones.
I should have just Kevin Costner'd it. I could never land on an accent. And every time I opened my mouth, it came out different. I should have just done Kevin Costner playing Robin Hood and just talked about myself.
Unlike other Bones, I can speak with a British accent.
I thought it was kind of funny though, because it kind of lent a little bit of unexpected humor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I was like, because like everybody else, I only found a couple of places to try to work in something, and it was kind of light. I don't know who did it, but somebody, and I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but at one point, I think it was when the character actually started taking over the narration, I could have sworn I heard Long John Silver right before he came in. And I don't know if I just heard that because I wanted, or if he actually said it. But yeah, I also want to give Dave a bit of an applause line for his. Well, I did a bit of a pause on semen, but that was as close as I could come. I don't know if he realized what he said there, but that was golden.
Phrasing.
It's the after party where the joke. Yeah.
Well, don't forget. I know we haven't got there to her yet, but a lot of jokes are made with casting. Like with Delaney being a first-time character, we gave him 2 names were the same, and for Aggie, I was like, we need to have her called have 2 roles, and I don't know how many people picked up on it, but she was Mary and Seaman.
Oh, believe me, I got it. Thanks for that.
Such a delightful seaman.
Yeah, isn't she though? Okay, now we got to come down to my sister mother, Samantha. She's silent.
How was it to actually
Sam,
play a female
mother.
role for once?
Yeah, for once we didn't have to gender bend her.
It was weird. Well, I was a chick last time too. Sorry, I was muted and I was talking and they're not hearing me. No, it was good. It was weird being your mother. I don't know. And I was Dave's mother too. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, to be mine and Dave's mother simultaneously was odd.
Yeah,
kind of surreal.
It was surreal.
Yeah.
She kind of
Therapy on
reminded
the
me, though.
horizon.
You know, I watched Yellowbeard before today, and I love Madeline Kahn, the mother in that one. So she's kind of like Madeline Kahn met My Fair Lady before she started talking like a lady. That's what she reminded me of.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, you did great tonight. I have no words. You were just you fell right into it. It was weird.
I know. I'm good at being a crazy mom who faints. I loved fainting. That was my favorite part.
But did you have fun?
Well.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely fun. It always is.
Your fainting was quite convincing.
We'll get
Yeah,
you a lead.
a lot.
We will convince you to get a lead at some point.
Oh, I don't know, guys, but that was really fun, and I just loved listening. And I usually kind of space out because that's who I am, and like a squirrel gets my attention, and I'm not looking at something. But this was such an interesting show to read while I was listening, and because I have, of course, we have scripts in front of us, and I was actually really engaged in the story. And to be fair, I was never a huge fan of Treasure Island, so I know, but I really enjoyed it. And part of it was BZ he could have been Long John Silver. He just sounded like him, and it was bizarre. It was kind of like, who is that? And it was just really good. I'm sorry, I don't know if Jen saw, but her voice, I don't know if she's got gravelly on purpose or if she's not feeling well, but you guys remember the Blue Goblin in Legend with the big ears and it's got that little voice and whatever? And you remember that movie? And it's like he's like the head of the goblins are trying to get her. She sounds like him to me, and I just
That's so funny. No, I didn't plan on it. I don't even know if I've ever seen the movie, so that was really funny. I'm like, well, cool, whatever.
It's so great, and it's just wonderfully kind of. I don't know, it's feminine, but it's not, and it's a gargly voice, and it's cute, though. It was weird, but all I could think of was the Blue Goblin every time you said anything. So, that's a compliment.
When you mentioned that in the green room behind the scenes when Jen was talking, I was like, holy shit, she's right.
Right? It's like, I can't remember the line, but he's got all these great lines where he's rhyming, and it's and I'm like, oh my God, she sounds just like this goblin. I know. I think I'm tired. It's been a hell of a week. But no, that was fun. It was perfect. That's exactly what I needed after everything here in Virginia this week. I needed to laugh and be entertained. And you guys always come through every time, even when I am a guy. It doesn't matter. It's always fun. I appreciate you guys including me because I know that I'm a space cadet. So.
Oh, you're ginger.
Well, not anymore, man.
Cinnamon and sugar.
It's more sugar. Right. It's more sugar.
more, yeah.
A lot of sugar.
All right. Next up, we've got Head and Gun, Brad.
Indeed. I over prepared.
You read the script?
Well, no, I should have, because I started researching the character and getting motivation and all that, and then I read the script, and half the lines are sound effects. Don't need much backstory for woohoo.
Woohoo. Well, that was like when Sam was Marley in Christmas Carol. Boogity boogity boo. No, so how'd it go for you tonight? Excuse me. I cracked myself.
That was good. I just had, I was waiting in the wings for so long, so I was kind of itching and prepared, but no, it was fun. It was.
Well, Michael Winslowed the fuck out of that role.
Didn't he?
Well, I didn't. I was trying to figure out where to go with the voice of it, so I just saw one of the Harry Potters, and it was like one of the goblins at the bank just had the proper gravelly British voice going, so it was like, I'm gonna fucking just do that one, fucking just take it to the home.
Nice.
Had to,
Nice.
someone that's just marooned on an island for 3 years, I figured is not going to be very personable or communicative, so I went as obnoxiously gravelly as possible.
So you're doing method?
No, I was doing me at 6 a.m. when I get up.
You nailed it.
I fucking alarm went off again. I'm going to throw this fucking thing in the river is what I'm going to do.
That's fantastic. We still got Mickey? Or did we lose Mickey? Did Mickey drop? Okay. Damn it, Mickey. You're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Well, and then we have the Blue Goblin, Squire Trelawney, Jen.
AKA not Sarah.
Not Sarah.
Hello.
Hello.
I do think.
Well, you've been in almost.
Go ahead.
I was just saying you've been in almost every one of these. How'd it go?
It was great. I think this is the first time that I've been like truly a guy.
Yeah.
I think I've mostly played there's been some bit parts that could go either way.
Like you were soldiering the worlds, but yeah.
Yeah, but things that could kind of go either way. So that was like a little bit, I wasn't going to go full male voice, but that's part of why I decided to kind of do the little bit more growly, deeper thing a little bit. And Horty asked me, I was like, okay, Sarah's out. Can you take that part over? And I was like, yeah, sure, no big deal. And then when I opened the script, I was like, oh shit, there's kind of a lot of lines. I got to pay attention the whole time.
And you're in almost the whole thing too.
Yeah, there's not very many big breaks because it's like there'll just be like a little line here or there. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed getting to play more of a character. That's always fun when you've done ones that are easier and then you do something that's a little bit more off kilter. So it was a good time. Everybody did great.
You had the lead in Wizard of Oz too, and that's a really hard one to. Right. When you're the lead to do a voice in. So when you get the easier roles, you can kind of lean into it.
Yeah, and be a little more campy. And I think I had some of those opportunities more than a lot of the characters to be able to throw in a few little things here or there. Referring to Long Johns and just a few things it to where it wasn't taking it too much out. Because I feel like with the script, y'all were talking about, you could. There are some places where you're like, can I make a joke? Can I not? But for so many of the monologues and stuff, that just doesn't really lend to that. So you just kind of got to stick with it. But I had a few little opportunities since it was, in the middle of not so serious scenes. But yeah, it was kind of nice to see everybody, hear everybody kind of straight act. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's like you had mentioned with the monologues too, is that everybody's section, their main section, was quite of a monologue. So, yeah. So but it was great because, like you said, everybody played it straight, and it was just so much fun.
Well, and I think now, you get more of a back and forth. Go ahead.
It was funny because for people that don't know what way we broadcast this, we have a back room that people can communicate in. And it's at one point we're like, are we doing this seriously tonight?
Yeah. We're kind of.
Wait, we're doing this one straight?
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, with some of the other productions we've done, there's a little bit more lightheartedness to it, and then like back and forth between the characters a lot more. Like, for instance, like A Christmas Carol, there were so many opportunities for people to plug stuff in, because there was so much playing off of each other. And there's so many long sections in this that, like, so it just made sense to deliver it as written the majority of the time. That's how it goes sometimes, and that makes them, different kinds of productions, and I think it's great to have it all.
Next,
You guys played it.
What's that?
I sure.
Sorry, go ahead, Brad. I'm sorry, what was that, Brad? I was walking on you.
I just said I didn't play it straight, so I don't know what you bastards were doing.
Well,
I mean, you don't ever really play anything straight, so we're just used to that for you by now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, coming up next, Janelle, the Sean Connery, Dr. Livesley.
Yes.
Livesey.
Yeah, I was pronouncing it Livesey for a while, then I'm like, it's Livesey? What?
I just went off of whatever the first person said, and then that's what I did.
Yeah,
I
I
won't
think
lie, I
behind the
was
scenes
thinking
with
the
Star
same
Trek, they
thing.
did that too.
I was like, God, do I have to read the name first because I have to set the notion?
Right.
No, I had to.
Well, I was beating myself up because I did 3 videos for the Real Fishing series on my YouTube channel, and I was pronouncing it Live Well because I don't fish. I've only gone fishing like a handful of times in my life, and then in the 3rd video, somebody commented saying, "Oh yeah, great video, but it's pronounced Live Well," and I'm like, I spent 3 videos mispronouncing this word. I figured they wanted to live well.
Krabappel, I thought her name was Crandall.
Oh, I made a fool of myself. Why didn't anyone
So-
tell me?
So you're well deep into sophomore with our production. How'd it go for you tonight?
I thought it went pretty well. I was a little nervous doing the Sean Connery voice for an entire play, but it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it came out great.
Yeah, and it's like
even
right
Rex
before
agrees. Really
What?
good Connery.
Yeah.
Like right before my lines, I was like just trying to prep my voice a little bit. I kept repeating like, "Once more, we play our dangerous game," and that's how I was prepping my voice to say my lines.
Oh man, that was great. You did great tonight. It was I was cracking up just knowing the options of what you were going to do, that you settled on that one. I was like, oh, fantastic, she's doing it. So,
Because I know Vin had said, "Oh, do Edie McClurg," and at one point I was thinking about like changing like characters for each scene, like it's another Dr. Livesey Livesey. So I come in, it's like, "Oh, I'm his sister" or something.
all right. Or they got the wrong one on the ship.
Hologram doctor.
Right.
I'm Marge Live. I can't even do it now.
I'm Marge Sweetwater.
Miss Thornton Melvin's private secretary.
So coming up next, we've got the sober yin to my raging wang, Vincent Charles.
Wow.
Wow, that's a hell of an introduction. It is.
The Gracie Law to my Margot.
The Dave to your chainsaw. Yeah.
How you
All
doing,
moi
man? How'd it
Dean
go for
to
you
your
tonight?
Stilgar.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Again, it is the legend.
Shredding guitars.
So how'd it go for you tonight, my friend?
Oh my God! Everybody is saying, and it was running through my mind as we were doing it. It was taken seriously, and I enjoyed it because, truly, when you go back and you read the book, I mean, the script we did only touches on highlights. It's basically a Cliff Notes version of the actual book, and the book is a lot more serious in tone. It's filled with pirates. It's filled with violence. It's filled with all kinds of stuff. and it's not really something that you can kind of inject humor into. I mean, you can try it, and yeah, there were attempts and they were good, but I don't think I could have done it with the reverence that I view this book in. You know, because this was like one of the first air quote big boy books that I ever read when I was a child, and it holds a place in my heart. It always will. I mean, you know, here I am looking 50 years later doing a play based on a book. It was like one of the first books that I ever read. And while I can appreciate other people, you know, injecting humor into it, I don't think I could have, to be honest. You know, I wanted to treat it with the reverence that I felt and that I still feel for it. So I don't know.
No,
That's,
you know,
yeah, that's
it
just
seems
my,
that everybody
that's my 2
carried
cents.
that. I mean, we talk about how hard it was to inject the comedy into, but on the other hand, too, it's, you know, it. I don't know. It just seemed like we all we all got a memo to play it straight, and we did, and it came out great.
Well, thank God too, because I didn't know what kind of jokes to put in for my role.
Coming on next, Mary, the Mary Seaman, Aggie Rican.
That was fun.
Yeah. Did you have a good time?
I did. I was
enjoy being Mary or Seaman more.
Yes.
Well, I am, unfortunately, semen doesn't really go with my sex. So, or actually it does, but just not in the way that you're putting it out there. But
Yeah.
I'm really
You're-
digging a hole here, and I've
This,
got to stop.
this is the awkward part of the after party. Yeah.
You're sure stumbling a lot. That's a mouthful.
Giggity.
Listen, you. Listen, you. No, it was a lot of fun, and it was really fun because it was mostly straight, but there were some little jokes here and there. And Mary afforded me a nice way to bring back my character from The Wizard of Oz. So that was cool.
That landed
was great.
perfectly.
Yeah, that was
landed
great.
amazingly.
And it was weird because I was trying to drop my voice as low as I could. And so I brought back one of my voices from when I did a play in high school. And I've forgotten how difficult that voice was, but it wasn't my most difficult voice. So I had to, it was manageable. But my most physical voice is this one. And I couldn't do that one. Not for so many lines. So
my precious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for giving me the lines. It was neat.
So before we move on with the rest of the cast real quick, we gave you and Vincent smaller roles in this because of the upcoming summer play.
Yes.
And so while we got you two here, before we move on real quick, thoughts on that? What are you thinking for it?
I will defer to Vincent first since he is playing Holmes and I am his sidekick.
There have been some humorous attempts at Sherlock Holmes, and not a lot of them have been very good, but there's one that I particularly remember, The Secret Life of Sherlock Holmes, and I think it's streaming on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, you need to watch it because not only is it funny, it's an excellent movie. And I find myself torn as to whether or not to play it straight or whether or not to, fart around and go for the cheap laugh. But, until the day comes, I guess I'll just, stick a pin in it and we'll figure it out when we get there, basically.
Well, as you could tell, I actually landed a few ad libs during the
oh yeah
during the thing. So I'm
she's Hispanic.
I'm
Her name is Watson.
Yeah, and I hope everyone loved the teaser for this one. I had fun putting it together because I wrote the script for the teaser part.
And it's it's a dinger. It is. I mean, it's what, 9 pages,
Yeah.
and you get the vibe that carries over from the show we just did, and they're talking about that, and then it just boom, it just goes right into it. He gets the message, he gets the visitors, and then the game's afoot, and it's going to be fun. And I know I'm going to have fun doing it. I need to get some better. I have some better recording equipment. I just need to hook it up because.
And I know we have some more people already wants to introduce, but I
Yeah.
do want to. I do want to let everyone know listening, because if you're familiar with any of the Sherlock Holmes plays, each one are like 45 to 55 minutes. We will be doing 2 plays during do one episode of Sherlock, and we will do another episode. So we are going to go through the series of Sherlock Holmes stories.
Great.
Yeah, this is Jeff and I were talking about it. We're it's going to be our summer series, so it will be Aggie and Vincent every summer as Holmes and Watson with different Holmes stories. So it's we're looking forward to it. I hope everybody else is too. But now we got to get on to the other players, and we still got Gordon, or did we lose Gordon?
We lost him. We have the
Wow.
newbies.
Okay. We've got the freshmen, yeah, because we lost Andrew too. So Delaney. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say good night because I got a jet. My sister just sent me a message. More drama. So thank you guys for having me, and I hope y'all have a great evening. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the
Thanks,
summer.
Aggie.
All right, Aggie. Have a good couple of hours now.
Take care.
Good night, all.
Night.
Good night. Okay, so we got our first freshman. That is Delaney, who played Dick and Dirk.
Although the Dirk was silent.
Yes.
There was, I don't know what the hell happened there. I went back and logged out and came back in, and it worked for the second part, which was good. Unfortunately, I don't think nothing of value was lost that I didn't read those. Not even for the story. You couldn't even notice that it wasn't said. It's like, oh, that's just.
Well, it's
Go
funny
right
you
on.
say that, because it's happened. Every other play, I think, and but hey, at least you got your toes into the pool.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had other attempts, and there's been technical issues, and finally he locked in. So, as a freshman outing, how'd it feel? How'd you do? What did you think?
I was impressed. I thought everybody did a fantastic job. That was fun. I don't think I'm going to quit my day job, but I enjoyed myself.
Outstanding. Good. Now we got our newest freshman, the newest one to the KLRN family, Captain Flint the Parrot.
Oh my God, she
Frozen
was
milk duds.
magnificent. Magnificent.
Before you go, I have to give you some background on this. I don't know how many heard it on the stream, because after you did your lines, you were continuing in the parrot form. And I'm like listening in my headphones. I'm going, wait a minute, she's still going. So I had to bump you up from the 100% volume to 170 so people could hear it.
And it was awesome. And all of this time, I'm thinking in my head, that fucking parrot.
I thought the parrot was pre-recorded, and it's like, no, that's one of ours.
No.
It was so good.
Once again, sorry to step on your toes, but
no.
As putting this together, I knew the comedy was going to be difficult.
Well,
to have that much comic relief without saying a word.
No.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know, that's my thing. I love doing background shit, and that the comedic. You know, I always go back to the Flintstones when they all went to the Water Buffaloes convention, and the parrot was like, "Rah, doctor's a plumber, rah, dipsy doodleitis." You know, it just reminded me of that, and I thought, this is great. The parrot can't just be silent while other people are talking. The parrot needs to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, this was your freshman outing with us. What'd you think?
Oh, it was
How'd it go
awesome.
for you?
I am so grateful for the opportunity. I was supposed to be in Wizard of Oz, and I was on a cruise, and my audio didn't work, so this was great. My only tiny little problem was that I couldn't hear all the lines of other people. Suddenly it just went blank, and I thought, oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen to me. But yeah, it was awesome. It was really fun. Thank you.
I think we were actually having some StreamYard trouble tonight, but on our end, I don't know how it went on the outside. But a little inside baseball on this one too.
Yeah.
You were the first character cast.
I don't know why.
Well, because I reached out to you, I said, okay, because you were a freshman. Usually we'll give small roles to the freshmen. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, here's a role. It is 100% up to you because I understand that it can be a hard role and be a little intimidating. What do you think about being the parrot? And you're like, yes, please,
Right.
yes.
No, and for me, it's like that is. I feel like it's part of me. It's my spirit animal, right? Rah, doctor's a plumber. No, it was so much fun. I was so grateful, and if I could have an under 5 and a future one, I'll be very happy.
Something else too. I've done a lot of these, and it's been rare that I've been broken. When I was giving my closing narration, I barely held it together.
Orty, I don't know if you noticed it. I lowered her 40% on volume to try to keep you on point.
I couldn't, because I'm tracking on her now because I was tracking on the parrot in the back, and so I was tracking on her. I'm like, oh, I still have lines. I still have a whole other paragraph as narrator. Shit.
Yes. I saw that struggle from a mile away, going, "Oh God!"
And
what
I
can
can
I do?
I can actually feel Orty biting the inside of his mouth to keep from laughing.
Well, I feel like the parrot never dies, right? Parrots live for like a couple hundred years, and they're always like, and I just had so much fun. Thank you so much for including me. It was really great.
Thank you for joining us. You're definitely part of the family now.
Oh,
And it's
well,
like-
I've always loved you all.
Well, now you get to be on this side of it because I know you've always been in the chat. And now you're on
Yep.
this side.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
now we can
awesome.
finally kick Rick out of the group. Did I say that out loud?
Well, I am a trained professional, and happy to help out wherever.
Hey, if kicking me out lands us talent like this, you can write me out anytime.
I love you.
That's a good recovery, Rick. Thank you.
So now is the part on Sprockets where we dance.
Woo!
So I want you guys to just freeform about tonight. We just talk about what you loved about each other, and
we're doing sprockets. I need to spool up some craft work. Hang on.
Okay, well, I'll start on this, and Jen, if you're talking, you are muted, so we haven't heard you in 20 minutes.
I'm just listening and hanging out.
Okay, I want to start off with I was scared when I came up with this idea because I had, for those that don't know, I had Sherlock Holmes and Treasure Island as the two movies I wanted to do with spring and summer. And I wasn't sure what order to do them in. And I'm like, okay, because of the play before this one, I was like, well, if we move Treasure Island here, we can give Aggie and Vincent a break so they can do Sherlock. And it was such an interesting conundrum of what to do and how to do it. And reading the script, because there are, I don't know how many people know this, there are 2 versions of radio plays for Treasure Island.
Mm.
This is the darker of the 2.
Mm.
And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has participated in this play, the last play, and will participate in Sherlock Holmes, because we started out as a fun, let's get drunk, let's get high, whatever, and just read from the script. And the talent of everyone involved. Last play, we had singing.
Oh, I love singing.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
Love
Rick,
it.
yes, you were picked for that role this time because you're singing from the last play. And
Bet you're regretting that decision now, huh?
No, not at all. But to go from as much singing and joviality as we had last play to the darker side this one, I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, when I took over for this from Mickey, wasn't sure what to expect, and I am an anal asshole who wants everything to be as perfect as I can get from my side to help you do your parts better. I would never in a million years dream of everything that you guys have given, especially the last two plays. So thank you.
No.
Well, thank you for doing all the work that you do and
amazing,
putting everything together and the time and work on the, selecting the right scripts and tailoring sound effects and, putting up with everybody going, what's that? What's this? How many? Can I get another link? I need another link. I know we're a bunch of cats to herd, but you do a fantastic job.
That's actually my job to herd you.
Yes.
You definitely do.
Instead of casting director, I almost put cat herder.
That would be
You could have put Timu Ray Donovan.
Yes.
Orty, the Thundercat.
Behind the scenes, here's the fun part. Like, I already have the next two plays ready to go.
That's great.
That's the easy part.
And please tell me one of them is Blackbird.
Oh my God! Please.
I don't know. One involves rats, and another one involves I forget.
Oh, we're doing the Secret of Nim. Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, awesome!
I really want to do a Shakespeare sometime.
One of the problems I've had with plays in the past that I've seen in the chat is who's playing what roles. So I've been learning and practicing video editing. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a movie intro for this. And then what most people don't see behind the scenes is last minute, like I got the Dick Insider commercial this morning. So I took that, I created the sound, the music behind it. I did the graphic, I used AI for the graphics heavily and pieced it together for a movie and had it ready within an hour after he sent it to me. It's getting to the point where I don't want to say it's easy, but the process has become so streamlined.
Yeah.
That each show I do, even though I try to advance it more and more, it actually becomes easier to do. And this play tonight was supposed to have 81 sound effects and 35 pieces of music. And last play, when we did Wizard of Oz, you guys did such an amazing job singing and performing. And for those that don't know, at the end of Act 1 and prior to the beginning of Act 3, I lost my soundboard.
Right,
So we
I
didn't
remember
even
that.
have sound effects. So when I was piecing this one together for sound, I think I told you already, I was like, I'm going to have maybe 10 sounds and just use those for the most important things. And it was like footsteps, doors, door knocking, door opening, and cannon fires, and the Star Trek boatswain whistle.
Yeah.
That was inspired. I love
I
that.
love that. Yeah.
I heard that, and I'm glad I was in the green room because I lost my shit. I did. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, as a part of the process too, Jeff and I will start talking about this a couple months before, and then it's just it's like, okay, so I'm starting to think about the cast while he's developing the script. I think you finally decided on the Orson Welles, the 1936 Mercury Theater over the Lux one.
Yes.
Like a month ago.
Yes.
And
it wasn't,
and that was
it was not an easy decision. I would, Orty was joking about me cracking peach
like a
pits.
month ago.
It was true because I won't lie, I thought I picked the wrong script.
No, you didn't.
I thought
No,
I
it worked
picked
pretty
too
well.
serious of a script. And so I was scared out of my mind when we started doing this. Because the other script, we could have had more ad-lib, more fun. But
fewer characters.
yes, way fewer characters. And I'm like, no, this one, we need to have the group. We need to have this, make sure this all plays well. And we need that. And part of it was, too, with Dave and BZ and with Brad, with their roles, I'm like, okay, we can go a darker with the talent in this room.
You know, there's
Mm.
there's no reason, you know, considering, like you said, the level of talent that we have available. I don't see any reason why we couldn't attempt an actual dramatic production and play it seriously.
Yeah.
We should
And we
definitely
did.
do something
Yeah,
like that.
And
For sure.
like I just heard a little while ago, Shakespeare. There were
Yes.
Shakespeare radio plays.
Please.
Yes,
I
we
used
can
to.
do.
I directed Shakespeare for years. I had a Shakespeare festival. I've directed, I've acted, I've produced. So yes,
I want
yes.
to do because one of my things on my bucket list, I want to play Philo.
Oh my God.
In Antony and Cleopatra. He gives the
Yes.
most impassioned speech. First lines of the play.
Oh.
He gets about 14 to 16 lines, and then you never hear from him again.
Oh my
So when I'm
God.
done, I can start drinking, and everybody else still has to do it.
No, that's when we cast you as somebody else.
Yes.
Oh, there's
I-
so
I've
many
always-
great roles of that.
I'm not playing Enobarbus. No,
I've always
I'm
wanted
not
to be
doing it.
Puck.
Anna Barbas is a great role.
No, but I'm glad we went with the more serious script because I was already doing the Sean Connery impression. I'm like, oh, can I really do that much comedy with Sean Connery?
Oh
'Cause,
my God.
that
Yeah.
voice, I don't think I have that much range with that voice. You know, I tried a little bit, but
Yeah,
I was
you have
just,
to
I was
stick
like,
in that lane.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Janelle,
uh-oh,
because I'm always honest with people when we do these things.
sure.
The first lines you delivered were a bit shaky.
Oh, were they? Yeah.
Yes.
They were a bit shaky, but then you saw
Recovery.
and you probably heard the snickers in the background.
No,
Yeah, I know
didn't.
because I did. And then you just said fuck it, and you put your foot to the floor, and it was awesome, and I love you for it. Don't ever lose that enthusiasm for this show.
So great.
And as the
Seriously.
producer of this, what I heard was you were so wound up tight that once you heard the chuckle, you're like, oh fuck it, and that's when you hit your stride.
That's the thing. I don't even remember hearing chuckles. I was
Oh.
trying
They
to
were
get
there.
my line.
We all were laughing.
They were there. Yeah.
I was all prepared to do Dick as a valley dude, but everyone was serious. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Red alert.
And then I couldn't be heard anyway. So it was all good.
Dick is a valley dude. Sounds hilarious, though.
Well, I honestly, one of the scariest things for me was I was playing servant, and as someone growing up in the well, let's just say I had lights on the back of my apartment complex kind of environment. I was going full Black Washington D.C. with that thought process, and then I went, oh, they're going serious. Oh crap, I better tone this down. Yeah, I was going full Dwayne on that role, and I'm like, let's maybe go a little more Southern, Jeff.
Yeah, I have to admit I was surprised by how serious everything was. My show prep today was actually watching Muppet Treasure Island because I was trying to get into more of like a levity effect kind of thing for it because that's what I expected. And then everybody was all great, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Dude, I know we say this every play. We literally don't talk about how we're playing this. Once we hit live, it's whatever happens. I know people will talk, hey, I might drop this line, or I may do this, or I may ad lib a little bit here, or on occasion, hey, I'm going to drop this in a section that's going to be longer than it shows in the script. But we rarely talk about theme, vibe, how we're going to play the characters.
We just go.
Yeah, the button goes on air, and it's like, oh shit, we're doing this.
But this is why I love this, is because we're doing everything live. So it's like 15 people are out on the same high wire.
Doing it live.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree.
just,
I think it really works because then we start to feed off of each other and take each other's cues, and I think that's what makes it a little more special instead of feeling so incredibly rehearsed. I mean,
It
it's
was
live
very, very
radio.
well done. It was very spontaneous. It was very focused. Everyone was committed to their character, and yeah, there may have been a couple hiccups in the beginning when people were trying to find their footing, but man, it really was good.
And now that you've been a part of this, you can truly understand when we tell people that No, we're not prepped at all.
Yeah. No, and I love that we didn't rehearse. I love that. There was no, Thursday night final dress. I loved that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
No,
because
in
like, every
fact,
time we bring a freshman in, and like you even asked me this too. It's like, okay, so do we do do we do a table read or anything? Like, nope, cold read. Fuck it, do it live.
This is the table read.
this is the read. But also, I think it's funny too because, like, even for things like when we did Wizard of Oz, like
Yeah.
they didn't know who was gonna really sing or if they were gonna talk through
no
stuff
one had a
or like
clue.
Yeah.
what was gonna happen. And then, we get to somewhere over the rainbow and I fucking belt.
No, it's
Like,
wonderful. It was
shit.
I
fantastic.
didn't even know.
No, you were good in Wizard of Oz.
Well,
I-
Morty.
I didn't even know what I was going to sing.
Yeah.
That was completely impromptu.
Well, and Orty will vouch for this. When I said we were doing Wizard of Oz, and I was very firm on this, I told him, I said, I hope they sing, but if they just do spoken word, I'm fine with it. And I was so nervous because I didn't tell anyone I wanted them to sing.
No, you didn't. You really
It
did
was
not. When
Shattered.
y'all asked me to be Dorothy, you never said a word.
Wait, so we could have done William Shatner's spoken word for the Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
No.
100% yes.
Yes.
I could dance and be merry. Like a dia dinga dairy.
If
I only
if I
had a
only
brain.
had a heart.
My
We will go down the yellow brick road now.
Well,
Go.
and I did the really thing that I do for a lot of these where, like, I've got it there. I've kind of skimmed over stuff, but like I didn't read it until the day of. And then I was like, oh shit, no, like the songs are in here. Okay, well here we go. Like
It's
hope
like
everybody and
with
then
the-
everybody stepped in. Everybody did some version. Like it was just fantastic. And I think that kind of energy you're not going to get. And because a lot of us, do shows and stuff, so we're used to like just winging it on live radio. I think it just lends to a very, authentic product and in a more kind of, I don't know. I think that it just fits the kind of medium that we're going for better than if we were super scripted and rehearsed.
For sure.
I mean, you can ask Jen. I didn't even know that all the lyrics for all the songs were in there till we were live because I was texting her
Right.
before. And I'm like, I'm going to condense this part down a little bit. So just after you finish this line, just hang out. And then I did my prepared little short bit and I was happy with it. And then I got to the next line. I was like, damn it, all the words are here. So now I have to sing it anyway.
Well, y'all pulled it off. I was supposed to be there, but I was on the high seas and not able to connect. So
Yeah.
it
And
was
now you're
really
on the high
good.
seas here.
Yeah, it feels like.
Hey, good night, Brad. Thank you so much.
Dude,
You're fantastic.
Awesome.
And friends, I have to leave too because I have an event for 240 people tomorrow night and I need a good night's sleep. So
Well,
Well,
thank you so much
wonderful.
for joining us. You did fantastic on
God
your
bless.
freshman outing.
Y'all are great.
And you're welcome anytime.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
fun. Yes. Thank
All right.
you.
Absolutely.
Be well. Love you.
Take
Good
care.
night.
I mean, I could keep going. I got a whole pot of tea Earl Grey hot in my system, so
Yeah,
I'll be
shit.
up
Go
till 2 a.m.
No, but we're talking about show prep. When we did Wizard, I watched, I watched the Tin Man scene a couple of times, to get the rhythm and the pacing and all that other stuff. For this, I was watching Blackbird until about 5 minutes before my line.
See,
How can you not watch Michael Flatley be a spy? I
See-
I,
The Lord
I
of the
challenge you. I challenge you. He is the Lord of the fucking dance. But he's
See, I
also
am-
a spy, and he's also trying to remake Casablanca, and he can't do any of it, and it's glorious. It is
Oh, I'm going to be in
glorious.
for a trip, aren't I? With
Oh, you are going to
Oh,
hate
yeah.
the mention of my name when you see this film. Morty and I, we live for shit like this. You, I don't know.
Amazing.
well, I was gonna say for this production, I intended to watch the Wishbone episode for Treasure Island because I know next to nothing. I know next to nothing about Treasure Island other than it's about pirates. But instead, I was editing my video, so that kind of took up my time. And then I'm like, oh, I could grab a quick nap, and that's it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I came straight from work. It's like, I mean, I hit the green room and I'm like, okay, I had been reading it. I mean, with Jeff and I working on it, I've obviously been reading it, especially when I have to when we're figuring out who to cast where.
Right.
But for like actually paying attention to my role, I read it last night after Jeff and I cut the Farmer Wilmoth bit. And he actually reminded me I had a character I had forgotten all about too.
Oh God.
So yeah. So he's like, Alan's not on the list. I'm like, oh fuck. Fortunately, there's just 2 lines, but Circle K Ho and Death Rattle.
Well, isn't it funny how it was the crowd in the neighbor scene that gave us the most ability to ad lib?
Yeah.
I'm getting up at 4 a.m.
Circle K Ho, I remember them. They opened up for Bowie back in '87.
Right.
Or me going, Freebird!
Yeah, Freebird. I was going to say, who did Freebird? That
was me.
Amazing. Like, Freebird.
And then I thought to say "Let Them Sing" from Hunt for Red October, but no, it was too late.
Oh,
Let them sing.
I would. Oh God.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
It's like on one of them when we're supposed to be like, yeah, kill him or whatever. It's like off with his head. I think it's good, like Aggie's little throwback. I think it's kind of cool to sprinkle in some of those little Easter eggs from things gone by.
100%.
And I think we had another production, if you all remember, when we did A Christmas Carol and my mic wouldn't unmute. And so I think Aggie filled in for my, like the first part of my line after she was like, hello. And then I pretended, because I played, I played the daughter as a street whore. So I made it like she'd just come out from behind the, I didn't say the Circle
Behind
K
the
that time,
dumpster.
but someone else said Circle K, and then it was like we just went in. But and so then in a production sometime after that, someone threw back to that and made some little reference. And
Oh man,
it's just little nuggets that only us know or people that listen, every time. I think that's fun.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk real inside baseball here for a moment, because Farmer Wilmuth. Now, I got my revenge on Orty for Farmer Wilmuth. For those that don't know, every Friday night except for tonight, I air our D&D game, and one of the first episodes we did, I had them rescue a farmer from some bad guys, and I named him Farmer Wilmuth and made him the biggest racist asshole I could think of, but only against green-skinned people.
Right.
Damn aliens,
And that's
invaders.
I mean, you have that was the first. Farmer Wilmoth was born in our first play. I know the people who have listened, to the after parties a lot know the story, but yeah, that was we all thought we were going to play. We were all intending to play War of the Worlds straight, and I hit Aggie up in DM before, and I said, "I'm going to ad lib a little bit, and just be ready." And that's when Farmer Wilmoth was born with maternips and everything else too. And so that's been a running joke. Yeah, I had 6 lines in it, and it was at that moment that everybody went, "Okay, we're loose."
Yeah.
And that one.
Yeah, because
Oh man, we went off the rails, man. That one was hilarious.
you can hear the bong rips in the background.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't mute their mic.
Mickey, yeah, you could hear the bong rips, and then poor Lou in that one. I felt so bad for Lou because I mean, we all read the script, but I'm looking at I didn't realize it was that long of a monologue.
I know.
Oh
right?
jeez.
Thanks to that, whenever I think, okay, hey, here are 3 or 4 plays we're gonna think about, I read the whole thing, and if there's anything that says a quarter of a page, I'm like, yeah, let's not do this to a poor soul.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she was just like reading and reading and reading and reading and reading.
Going and but the thing is, it's like
that just kept going, didn't it?
It counted as one line though.
Yes.
Right.
And that's why we were, and that's why when we were doing the line count and everything, we're like, okay, so Lou's got like 8-10 lines. I think she had more than that because. So and then
Usually it was 8 to 10 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, one line was 8
I-
pages.
I never did it, and I didn't even tell Orty this. I almost was going to have a character count per line, just so we didn't have that situation again.
Yeah,
I actually do that when you give me the line count.
Mhm.
That's when, one of the processes I do with the casting director is that I'll start piecing them out, especially with people who are going to have multiple roles. I'll start piecing them out and try to keep it fair. It's like everybody who has a main gets one. If you have over 20 lines, you get one character. But if you have less than that, then I start going, okay, how do we put this together? And then you look at it and go, can't do that. They're in the same scene, or then we
or they're
start
too
looking
far-
at moving people back and
or
forth.
talking to themselves.
Yes,
I think
yeah,
we had
and-
that
and-
one time where someone was like the person and the responder, and it was like, okay.
Well, we had it tonight, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This was a failure of myself because I had a note to play a sound effect, but we were people to come in and out of the screen that I completely missed the cue because I think it was I won't say who it was we were having trouble with, and I was trying to make sure they were on screen for their line because they were coming up with like 3 or 4 lines after, and I missed a little bit of a music cue, or because Orty had to go from narrator to sergeant.
Well,
Yeah,
but
and
wasn't
I had a
supposed
music
originally?
cue.
I was supposed to be sergeant, right?
Yeah, no, and that's when we drop out and you picked up Sarah's lines. I'm just like, well, fuck it, I'll take Jen's.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
it
so
didn't even
initially
occur
it
to
was
us
done
until.
correctly. It was just because we had to improvise.
Well, the thing is, Jeff and I noticed this last night at about midnight Eastern.
Yeah.
And because I was going through the script one last time, I'm back to back. He's all, okay, so we'll put in a music interlude or
And I had it written in the script.
Horsefoot. And what also you said, I was just waiting for horse trampling.
Yeah.
And
I had it written
so I just went
in the script.
Yeah.
A handwritten, horse gallop here. But because I was trying to make sure everyone was ready for their next scene, and we were having an individual to drop out, I'm like, the timing was horrible. And
But I
more
pulled it off.
It didn't. Nobody noticed. It was fine.
No, and more behind the scene baseball stuff. Like I do an Excel spreadsheet of every actor, every cast role, and what pages they appear on. And for those that don't know, with stream, I don't know what the issue was with tonight. Normally, we're allowed 10 participants and 15 behind the scenes.
Right.
So we can have 10 actors on a stage at a time. So once I set up, okay, here's the Excel spreadsheet. So when Orty goes, hey, I really think this person should play this, I mark them down, and then we mark them out, and I can see, are they first half, are they second half, are they maybe act 3, and then when we start piecing things out, I go, oh, wait a minute, okay, yeah, we have way too many here, we have way too many there, and just try to dwindle it down to, well, honestly, make my life not a living hell. But yeah, it is absolutely fun. I love doing these things.
Yeah. And you all, I mean, the fact you all keep coming back to do this with us, it just, thank you. It's just so much fun.
Of course.
And
I
going
always
back to
look
Wizard of
forward to
Oz,
it.
too. I mean, Jen, going back to Wizard of Oz, you, Sam, Rick, Vincent, I've known you all for years. Didn't know a fucking one of you could sing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jeff
And-
knew.
and it's yes, but even then, it's still one of those. Okay, they can sing. Like I didn't know you could sing. Oh, you can sing that well. It's kind of like I was visiting the gravesite of Calvin Coolidge, and I was like, oh, I'm going to record this video for Aggie to show her because I don't know if she believed me or not, but I was like, his gravesite is.
Hey, good night, Delaney. Thank you.
It's in the middle of freaking nowhere, and I was coming back
Yeah.
that way from a call, and I'm like, hey, let me record this, and Styx was one. And
Mm.
well, if you know me, I'm going to sing the Styx. But I didn't realize my phone was recording my voice too.
Oh no.
So I'm like playing this, and I'm recording the trip, and I'm singing to the Styx song, and I hit end of the record, and I sent it to her, and I went, oh shit, I think it recorded my voice. And the next thing I know, she responds a little bit later, going, man, you actually have a really good voice. Like, but it was kind of the same thing with the Wizards. It's like, wow, you all actually can. And to carry a tune without backing music is
Yeah.
Yeah.
is difficult. And the fact
Yeah,
that every
it's
single one and sit down, Rick. Sit down. I'm gonna give you a compliment.
Oh shit! It's a good thing I am sitting down.
Your performance with Wizard of Oz was why I really wanted you as Bones, because I knew he had the singing part. I mean, also I wanted it because of Star Trek, and Orty was 100% behind that. But I was like, he can carry. It's not
yeah.
we're not throwing the baby down the river and hope it lives kind of an environment.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
no, I get
funny
it because
for
you talk to people all the time and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can sing," and then you hear them and you're like, who lied to
yeah.
you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your mom said you could sing, didn't she?
Well, I know that like right after Rainbow, like Rick was like, fuck you. Now we all gotta do it. And I knew that I was kind of gonna have to set the tone there, but there was not really a good way to do that and like let everybody off the hook. Like for Somewhere Over
Yeah.
the Rainbow, like it's gotta be sung. It's gotta be sung.
I
And
was going to sing regardless. I didn't care. I was
yeah.
just going to do it.
But several people were like, oh shit, we're singing. I was like, well, good luck, guys. I don't know what to tell you. We have to do it.
The fact you were all singing a cappella too.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, before the show, I practiced my starting note like 100 times in a row. Just from like, I'd go do something and I go and be like, okay, where am I starting? And just do it over and over. I've had to do that for other things, throughout life singing. So, but because that is the hardest, because you think like, especially like if anybody's ever sang the national anthem, like you think you're starting at the right place and you get halfway through and you go, oh shit. This is going to go into a higher register than I'm really prepared to do right now.
Yes.
Or that I even can do. So like you have to really nail that first like beginning note when you're doing a cappella. And that's intimidating because you do like with the adrenaline and everything, you jump. You tend to jump up when you start.
God, yeah.
So
right.
Yeah, you usually go half a step up as well.
you're like somewhere and you're like, no, I can do that. But by the time I get to the end of it and the key change, no. I don't want to be doing that. I'll be screaming.
But yeah, I mean, like I said a minute ago, I had already planned on singing a little bit, but then I hear Jen busting out "Over the Rainbow" a la Judy Garland style, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
You might as well go all in at that point.
You're like, oh god, am I going to be the bitch that doesn't do singing?
Telling you,
No,
William
and
Shatner style.
No, and then Sam was so good doing the Munchkin, like singing as the Munchkins. Like that was fantastic. Like, yeah, that was just really fun. And so again, I think that goes back to the point of like not rehearsing and us just diving in and doing this. And then we're all like, oh crap, you're just feeding off of the energy is so high.
If we
Orty and I have a
rehearse,
mission.
Yeah.
We will find the play that Sam will want to do a lead in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that she turns into a pumpkin.
That is true.
I will start earlier for that play.
She will. She will totally do it at some point, especially if it's one that she like really, she's like, oh no, I love that.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Fiddler on the Roof?
So what you do is you find the play you want for Sam, have it start earlier, so since she'll be the lead, and then we can bring Aggie in at 7:30 since that's Aggie time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Her first line is at 8:30. No, it is what the last two plays have told me, that I have crossed out so many plays of, hey, can we do this? Can we do this? I've crossed so many plays out that I've had to uncross. Like,
Oh, yeah, because you're like, now I misjudged that. We can do it.
Yeah.
And I've admitted this to Orty, and I will admit it to BC for the first time publicly. My stance used to be over my dead body. Will we ever do Casablanca? That I will not be associated with it.
There is a radio play version of Casablanca.
Yes,
and it
there
had
is.
Yes,
all it had all, well, with the exception of one, it had the entire cast.
Yes.
Oh, we'd all have to learn the French national anthem, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Yes,
But
you would.
it was one that I told Orty over my dead body because I was like, we're I'll put it bluntly, we're too drunk, we're too loose, we're too jovial.
Yeah.
The last two plays have told me I need to reconsider.
Well, yeah, there's a couple that we've crossed out. It was just based off tonight being able to play it straight. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
just remember that behind the scenes for Star Trek The Next Generation, they were all goofing off and just, like going full out like crazy with each other. Then the director would call
Super
action,
Patrick
then they
Stewart.
just snap back into, serious.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but the problem is with podcasts and a radio play, like my fear, and this is why I personally dialed back everything I did, was my belief, and I was wrong. To do a serious play, I needed all the effects. I needed every music cue. I needed all of that.
No.
No.
What? But
Well,
hear
he was talking about that last night, and I reminded him when we did War of the Worlds.
half the sounds
The
we never heard.
audience could hear all the sound effects and the music
We couldn't.
cues.
That's
We
right.
couldn't.
Oh.
I forgot
yes.
about that. We couldn't hear the audio, but it was there on the recording side.
Oh, man.
Yes.
So we were
which just-
ad-libbing with it. Like, Mickey would have crowd noises, and we just started doing crowd noises too to fill in, which actually made it fucking better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember doing my part was doing the newscast from atop the building, and apparently there was a whole bunch of sound effects I never heard, but apparently I timed it perfectly.
Well, but I also think that it's good, like, to have a mix. Like, we do some
Yes.
serious stuff. We do some
Yeah.
more lighthearted, jovial. We do some more very charactery, like
Yes.
Alice and things like that, like or Oz. So I think it's great to have the mix and have that versatility because you get different things in each season.
And
Well,
and my
now that
best
we know
Obama
that you can
voice-
sing and be serious, we can do AIDS.
Yes. But let me do my best Obama voice. Let me be serious. The idea was never that I didn't think the talent in the room could do it. That was never a question. It
No,
was,
we're
I
just all a
thought-
bunch of fuck offs.
I thought I had to be 100% devoted to it.
Yeah.
And brutally honest moment, I was not 100% devoted to Casablanca.
Yeah.
But knowing I can pull stuff away from it, it is now back on the table of consideration. I don't want to get your hopes up, Vincent, but it's at least there now.
Well, because if you think about it, any theater company, even, places that host the Broadway company tours or any place with a ballet company, I mean, they do a variety throughout, the fall and spring. And it's never just one noted. It's always like, here's the super musical one, here's the very stage acting one, here's the comedy, here's the romance, so mixing that in with players just is only fitting to be able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and the like I know I've said it many times, but the talent that we are surrounded with is amazing. And I'm not just kissing ass. It is every play we do, someone surprises me. Whether it's someone new like
Doing a parrot.
female, a parrot thing. Going into this play, I told Orty, I said, Orty, BZ is fucking killing it. We need to give him a big role.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, he
okay.
was so good.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention he looks like he would have been Long John Silver. Look,
No shit.
I actually, that was my deciding factor for casting him. I mean, regardless of his previous roles, it was like he looks like John Silver.
Well,
It doesn't matter. We don't see you, but you look like it.
and I joked because that was my rationale behind Sarah as Alice. I'm like,
Yeah.
if Sarah's not Alice, I'm not doing the play.
Right. No,
Which is funny
she's
because-
totally Alice.
Which was funny is that we cast her as Alice. God, when was that? Was that after Miracle?
2024.
Yeah.
God, it's been that long?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, we weren't
I've
doing
had-
spring plays. We had 2 years where we couldn't, things
Yeah, we couldn't make it
prevented
work.
us, and we wanted Alice to be a spring play, Easter, rabbit, the whole thing. So we're like, okay, so when we finally started doing, seasonal plays, then we're like, okay, we can finally do Alice. Sarah.
Yeah,
You're Alice.
And I specifically told Orty, if it's not Sarah, I'm not.
That's how casting goes in the real world all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
and-
a lot of times where people are like, I will take on this job if I can have this person in this role.
Yeah.
Or if I can work with this director, or if I can, I mean, there are things that do, obviously there are auditions and there are things like that, but there's a lot of roles that are written or are given production nods because of specific people that are in mind, and the producers and directors go, no, I'm not doing it if it's not this person.
Well, Orty, correct me if I'm wrong. When I said we need to give BZ a big role, the conversation was 5 seconds. We both typed at about the same time. Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it even happens in the dance world. Like we had a prima ballerina that was retiring from Ballet Austin, and the director said, well, we're not supposed to do Firebird until, 2 seasons from now, but we're going to do it this season because she's the only one that can be Firebird. That kind of thing happens all the time with casting. It's it's very normal. It happens with it happens with musicians. It's like, I'm only going to do that song if it can be this. I'm only going to give this song. Like songwriters will be like, I'm not selling this to anybody, but I will sell it to so-and-so. If they will take it, then they can have it,
Hey,
So that's the art.
hang on real quick. Good night, VC. Sorry your laptop died.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Speaking of VC, I want to tease a little bit about the Sherlock play, because there are 15 or 16 radio plays of Sherlock. And I'm not going to lie, the Sherlock plays are the easiest ones for me to produce.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a cast of 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay. They're less than
And that's
an
why
hour.
we're doing 2, because they're short, and then we'll
Yes.
have people in the first play and people in the second play. What's funny is, when we were recording that spot for it the other night, Aggie and Vincent were already establishing canon, and I'm not going to
Yes.
spoil it. But they were already establishing canon for their characters outside of the Sherlock and Watson canon.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff and I are just sitting here, we're just fucking laughing while they're hashing it out. And, they're just vamping, and then all of a sudden it's fucking real. This is happening. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
and what is great, because what we've been talking about is the seriousness or the comedic value of it. With so many scripts, there are going to, it's always going to have, well, basically me, Orty, Vincent, and Aggie in the play. And then 3 or 4, maybe 5 other people for each episodic episode. And if those 2 stay on character, which it's up to them, I'm not going to give them any direction. Everyone that comes in for that hour can try to crack them up if they want to do a comedic episode based on what the subject matter is.
Right.
And for me, the way I look at it, summer's everyone's busiest times. They're doing things with family. They're doing this. They're doing that.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can do the least work with this. I can reuse material for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
And we can have fun. And because I know when Mickey first pitched this, it was, an episode or 2, maybe 3, we do 3 plays. But everyone in the green room for the plays were going, man, we should do this more frequently. And, it was always, oh, we should do one for every season. And now that I've started piecing together a pattern, I'm like, okay, we'll do a Christmas thing, something related to Christmas in December, maybe something Halloween for the fall. we need to come up with spring and summer. And I'm like, well, summer, we could do Sherlock and just, I don't want to say phone it in, but take a break.
Yeah, and you don't have to organize 15 people. You can
Well,
you
and
can
that's
do
the
like you
thing
said,
too,
the
because
7 or 8.
it's like, because Jen, you may have baseball going on with Bug, or
Right.
everybody may have something going on, so it's like casting 5 or 6 is a hell of a lot easier than casting 15, and so that way it's you don't feel obligated. It's
Right.
like, I'm sorry, I have to miss this one.
Which,
Well, that's
by the
okay,
way, thank y'all so much for doing this on tonight instead of last week, because I wouldn't have been able to do it, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
Well, it was like you and Brad and a couple others couldn't do it last week, or it was really questionable
It was like
whether
3
you would have been
people,
able to do it last week.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it's like, when I was casting, when Jeff and I were casting, and I was thinking about it before, it was like, okay, so, we needed Sarah for this. And then, Sarah couldn't make it. I really wanted Brad, excuse me.
Yeah.
Brad to do
Gun.
Brad and Gibb. And I'm like, okay, so, because Rick and, BZ and everybody else had clicked in, and then they said, yeah, whenever. And he was kind of, when I told Mickey we were changing the date, he's all, that's great, because I was going to red eye in for it. And I'm like, okay,
Oh,
cool.
wow, yeah.
So, and I'm just like, okay, cool. This worked out better.
No,
for
that was
everybody.
great. That was great. When I opened up my DM, I saw I had another DM from you, and you were like, "Can you do the 24th?" I was like, "Oh yes, good." Because for everybody that doesn't know, Bug was in his first theater performance last weekend. He had his theater debut as King Triton in The Little Mermaid Junior, and so he had that Thursday, Friday, Saturday night last weekend, and there was no way I was missing a show. So,
and it's crazy because I only picked last Friday because my son turned 18 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was like, hey, I took Friday off. Let's do the play on the 17th. And then when things started to go, hey, we may have some conflict.
Evolve.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I will do the birthday thing with my son, and then on Wednesday, it's a vacation day for me. I will get all the back stuff I need to get done.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah, no, I mean, I was
worked out
completely
better.
like, I was just like, oh, dang it. I never want to have to miss. And so it was like, well, but it was like, it's okay. Y'all do it. I'll, listen when I get home and have fun. And then a week later, he's like, can you do the 24th? And I was like, fantastic. So, I love it when it all works out for everybody.
So I have to ask Rick.
See.
How do you like where this has gone so far since from the first episode to now?
This has gone well beyond anything that I ever imagined. And in case we've got folks listening for the first time, this is something that I always wanted us to do, but never really thought of a way that we could do it. And then when my life went sideways back in 2020, and I'm not going into all that again, I came back and you guys were doing it, and I never even told anybody it was something that I wanted to do. And I was just like, okay, this is really cool.
Well,
so not
that
only
intro,
what I was going to do, keep the wheels on, but yeah,
Mickey's
as far
work
as
on War of the Worlds and having that be the intro piece was just perfect. It was just perfect for
What was funny too is that was pure 100% COVID boredom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
We were all just COVIDed
Like,
out.
Yeah, we're like, fuck it,
And-
let's do something fun.
And Mickey
By the way,
pitched
'cause
it
I
to
don't-
me and Vincent Charles, and we're like, oh yeah, let's fucking do it, whatever. And then we're like, oh, Halloween's coming up, War of the Worlds, and then we started putting it all together, and y'all came in on it, and we're like, all right, sweet. And then like what Rick was talking about, he came back. I think we were just finished Christmas Carol when you came back.
Yeah, and don't remind me of that because you dropped the DM going, oh, we're thinking about this, knowing damn well my autism was going to kick in.
It's true.
That's why you dropped it.
Also though, I remember like Ordy, you telling me like I had no idea like when you were talking to Mickey that y'all didn't have any idea that so many people would be like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Like
Yeah, I was just casting a wide net with everybody on KLRN.
Right.
It's anybody who had a show or was a guest host or co-host. Because at the time, Gordon and Sarah, they were doing
Another
fuck,
another bleeping
another
podcast.
bleeping podcast.
Another bleeping podcast, yeah.
Yeah, and Sam and I were doing FUBAR, and we all kind of had one or two shows on there, and we're just like, okay, let me just cast it out and see who's down, and y'all were,
Yeah.
and so.
No, and I
don't know
remember
that-
you were like, well, it's one thing when people say, sure, yeah, I'm down. And then when y'all actually started casting, we're like, okay, cool, let's go. We're really in. Like, we're not just saying it. We're really in. Let's do it. And I remember Mickey, he was so sweet because I don't know if you remember, but I had witnessed kind of a shitty accident, like not even 30 minutes before go time. And
Right.
he's like, it's totally okay, Jen. Like, if you want to bow out, I was like, actually, I need this. I need this to like,
the distraction.
because I calmed down at that time. Basically, what happened was I saw a kid on a longboard get hit by a truck, and he was okay. But I had to it was a teenage driver, and the driver was not in the wrong. The kid on the longboard didn't look behind him and cut across the street, and it was just shitty. And everything ended up being okay. But I was like, shit. Now I'm having to coordinate with their parents because I was the only adult to witness it. I didn't want the 17-year-old driver to be in trouble. He was in tears, he was so upset. The kid who got hit was in shock, and thankfully nothing serious. Both parents called me to verify kind of what went down and how it happened, and everything was all good. But I was shaken. And then he was so gracious and was like, you just don't have to, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm like, no, actually, this will be something to channel that nervous energy into, because I was just a little bit crazy. And just wild, and then it was just so fun, and everybody was so great, and everybody bought all the way in, and that's what I love about it.
And it was literally, I remember it. It was about 17 and a half minutes into that play when the thought went through my mind, going, "Oh shit, we're really doing this."
Yeah,
and it doesn't suck.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've had growing pains over the times, and there's been mishaps, and like you said, we had the soundboard issues, or we've had mic issues here or there, but the way everybody
Sarah
handles
not being
it.
able to do two or three lines, and you having to step in, or
But
Aggie having to step in.
also just the way that I think it has served us well, that so many of us have done, whether we've done the live radio side or have performed in other ways or have experience outside of KLRN, that everybody is very amenable. They're able to roll with the punches and jump in on a line when a mic's not coming on and someone's not doing it, and fill that in. And that's great. And it's hard to teach that. And so it's great to just have that already there.
I do have to tell something behind the scenes. Now, the benefit of my job is I get to go to several high schools to work on this or that. And one school that I went to was actually doing of Treasure Island. And I went and watched it that weekend that they were playing it. And it was so fascinating to see the difference between what you can do in high school and what you can do on a podcast. That the high schoolers did tremendous job. Don't take away anything I'm about to say about that, but the freedom that this environment allows for people to shine, to be themselves in a creative way, to give new light, new vision to whatever role they're putting in. Every time we do this, it is absolutely amazing to see. Oh, wait a minute, that person can do this accent. Oh, that person does that accent. Well, fuck. Part of me feels like I'm failing because I'm not that talented, but at the same time, you're like, oh my god, they're really good.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's great too. Some of them are so well typecast. Aggie being Wicked Witch was just absolutely perfect. The high pitched cackle, all of that. And then there's ones where you're like, I mean, that's just a role that doesn't even have to be much of anything, and someone makes it totally memorable. Where when you're just reading through the script, you're like, it's just lines, and then they
She was like, yeah, no problem. Did I already miss the lines though? Because I was away. I said, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
And then,
Billy's
it
like,
all
I'm
worked
back.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here for the ride.
Yeah. We lost Rick.
No, the collaborative aspect of it is just fantastic. How everybody picks up and does what needs to be done because the show must go on.
Yeah. And
The play is the thing.
Yeah.
I know podcasters can get a bad rap at times, and I hate that they do, but some of it is deserved.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
When you hear the talent, when you see the talent that our ragtag bunch of people can put together, like I know some people are going to look at our total tonight, and as we're wrapping up, it's at 1,500.
Oh wow.
Which at based on previous episodes, you're gonna that seems a little different, but based on the cuts that have happened recently with social media, YouTube, and everything else, it's 500 higher than I thought we would hit.
Yeah.
Well, that and I did a hard count during the peak, and that number's not entirely accurate because what I was showing, what KLRN, what you were showing, what Mickey was showing, what Sam was showing, it was 200 higher than that number in there. So,
well,
great.
that's because there's an extra KLRN feed that has like 200 on it, so that's why.
Oh,
yeah, and
right.
there's
Okay.
a few things that didn't quite trigger, like, that skews the number. So we were closer to 2,000, and Ordy and I didn't actually talk about this before. Normally we do. My personal goal was if we hit 1,000 tonight, based on all the algorithmic changes, I was going to be happy.
Yeah.
We crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, going back to War of the Worlds too, we, Jeff and I, Jeff, because he was running that into the website at the time, when we were doing it on Spreaker and on KLRNradio.com, what did we beef it up to? 100 just in case?
No, our limit for chat was 50. So the week before that play started, I bumped it up to 250, and we still crashed it.
Yeah.
So, and since we've gone on X and now we can all pump multiple feeds and everything else too, it's just everybody who's still listening and everybody who listened tonight or anybody who listens later, thank you so much. I mean, we would be doing it if there was one of you listening.
Right. We do it for ourselves because we have fun.
Yeah, this is just to crack ourselves up, really. But the fact that you all enjoy it and seem to keep coming back, fucking thank you. That's, it's, what Jeff was talking about, when we count on, we think, the bar will be 1,000.
Yeah.
And then, we're just like, even if it's 500, because I was watching the numbers come up through the course of the play, and I'm like, all right, that's respectable. That's cool. We got a couple hundred. And then I looked back up after the second break and we were trending, pretty close to 1,000. I'm like, holy shit. Every time we get any over a couple hundred, I'm just pleased as hell.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, like, it's always cool because I'll always, now that, we're doing it like with X where we can connect our own feeds, our own streams, each time I'll get someone new that I wouldn't even think would listen that will comment to me and be like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Like, I heard that last, that was blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, I wouldn't even consider that someone in the demo to click on this.
Yes.
There's the tried and trues where I'm like, oh yeah, Rex is gonna listen, like this person's gonna listen, whatever. But then there'll be some randos that are mutuals or whatever, but I just wouldn't think it'd even be their cup of tea. And they're like, hey, this was fantastic. Are y'all gonna do another one? And I'm like, holy shit, okay, cool.
Yeah,
and I think
we've done 9
lots
so
of those.
far. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of Rex, he's requesting a bit part in Holmes, so he's actually
Do
saying
what?
two different.
Oh,
He wants a
Rex?
bit part in Holmes. He loves Holmes.
Hell
He
yeah.
wants a bit part.
Hell yeah. He's got a great voice too.
Yes, he does.
So he'll fit in. He'll fit in great.
What I like is we have this rotating stable too, where it's like, sometimes Jeff and I will stress, it's like, because we're like, okay, we have somebody in mind for specific roles, like you, Rick, with Bones tonight. And, Jen was originally cast just because she had she had Dorothy. So it's whenever somebody has a lead, we back them off in the next one because that was so stressful in the one they were in before that it's just kind of like sit back and have fun. And then, because we want everybody to have fun with us too. And we try not to, pepper people, we try to rotate the leads. But now that so many people, it's like Frozen Milk does tonight and Rex and, it's like fuck yeah, bring it. That way, if like, with you, Jen, you couldn't have, if we had to do it last week and you couldn't have done it, we was like, okay, pull it, who else we got? Who else is
Right.
interested in doing one? Or, so
you've got plenty to pick from and that are ready and willing.
Yeah.
And I'll drop this little nugget here. I've been talking with Sean from SHR Media, and he wants to be involved. So getting that Boston accent involved in a play will be, interesting to try to incorporate. But
it's also good though to just I love how y'all have spread the wealth in the casting over these productions, because it gives everybody a chance to do different things, and not always one person being the go-to lead girl and the one person being the go-to leading man. Like, you're really giving a lot of people the opportunity to do different things. And like you said, let someone be a little bit more of some of the bit roles that can be more charactery, and then be one that's a little bit more like involved. And
maybe,
that works really well.
Maybe we can talk Ordy into stepping up to the lead, so I can be another lead actor at some point.
For sure.
That's already in the works.
Tease.
All right, guys. Well, I've got to bounce because, speaking of bug, we've got baseball in the morning. So I'm
what's crazy? You got bug in the morning. I got another 3 hours of show to do tomorrow because I have to record some of these MFers doing a D&D campaign.
And I got to watch Blackbird.
And we got to watch Blackbird.
God help us, we got to watch Blackbird.
I already said I'm taking Sunday off, man. After tonight and tomorrow, no way. I'm being conscious on Sunday.
Well, and one of the things, getting back to what you said real quick, Jen, too. It's like, Jeff and I have been talking, and I was thinking about, I don't mind being narrator. One, because it gives kind of like consistency through the plays, and two, it's kind of like narrator. I'm choking on that one. Narrator. Some people just find it kind of dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's I mean, and a lot of the plays we do, it's like when we did Alice, there's 2 narrators, and some of the ones that we've shot down had 3.
Yeah.
So it's kind of so it's like, okay, you know what, and if anybody ever says, hey, I'd like to narrate this, I'll be sure, great, you know what, cool.
Yeah.
But we're not casting for that anymore because it's kind of like shoving people into a spot kind of thing.
But seriously, thank you to everyone who acts in these plays, who listens to these plays, whether live or later in podcast, this one will hopefully be up by Sunday. Seriously, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on.
Like everyone said before, we would do this for one, whether, my motto is I would put this together if Ron was our only listener.
Oh.
Right.
And I have kept that mentality the whole way through doing all these plays.
Yeah.
If Ron was the only one listening,
Me too,
if it
because
made
there
him
was times he
smile,
was
if
my
it
only
made him
listener.
laugh, that's the most important thing. And the fact that everyone else gets to enjoy this.
I promise you, his little heavenly heart is full of joy that we have continued to do these.
Right.
Yeah. And that's,
Well, just
and that's complete seriousness. So thank you to everyone
Janelle?
who listened.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to throw in there when I started doing my gaming stream on YouTube, how there's always that thought like, oh, what if only like a couple of people show up? But then it's like, you know what? It's like we're all hanging out on the couch together, just enjoying video games and enjoying each other's company, and that's a good place to start out, even if it doesn't go anywhere. It's still fun just hanging out.
Whether it's none or whether it's
For the love of it.
Exactly.
And then,
100,
and now,
enjoy it.
and now she has me and Amish coming up in her chat every day, every time she runs, asking her why she never spaced Corin.
Well,
Hey,
and
I
that's,
got to call him a loser.
You're a loser, Corin.
You're a loser, Harry.
The final thought on that point too is that talking with people who have done podcasts on KLRN and friends of mine who have gone started YouTube channels and stuff. My advice to them is always entertain yourself, because there are some weirdos who like the same things you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and it's like, one of my friends now, he's got, like 30,000 followers on YouTube now.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, 5. And he was like, why am I even doing this? I'm all just,
3 years
and he
ago.
was thinking of changing. Yeah. And he was thinking of changing his whole structure. I said, no, do what you're going to do, do your thing. And so it's
and you'd
just,
be surprised at what sticks.
Well, and if you're into it and if you're passionate about something, like that's going to come through and eventually it's going to resonate, with the people. I mean, one of the greatest successes of the last, 15 years in theater world has been Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he had some other, stuff hit to a certain degree, but he had a passion to tell the story of Hamilton, and he was going to, and he shopped it and he workshopped it for the better part of 10 years because he loved it and he wanted to do it. And a lot of people told him that this wasn't going to hit and it's too much, heavy material and there's too many historical things in there that people aren't going to pay attention or care or know. And voila, it becomes this fucking ridiculous international hit.
Right.
But it was because he got obsessed and he loved it and he wanted to make it for him, not for an audience per se. And sometimes that's what works best and that's what comes across to people and resonates. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, people like this. Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Right.
And Janelle, with your channel, if you ever have doubts on what you're doing, just remember Brandon Morris follows you and he doesn't follow me.
Because I was following him on Twitch and, turned out we were like fans of Echo the Dolphin and, we had stuff in common. So we were just,
Right.
chatting back and forth. But, Brandon's a good guy. He's given me a lot of encouragement over the years.
That's awesome.
No, he's a good
And
dude.
Also follow his channel. He makes good stuff. Because he's on YouTube now.
Cool.
And Red State.
Yep.
But usually does VIPs on Red State.
Right.
Well, he was the Misfits before my Misfits.
That's right.
Was it like 2014, 2010 to 2014 or something? And in fact, whenever we were just being silly and did Misfits and we called ourselves that, and I didn't even know that existed because wasn't on Twitter then, and I wasn't really looking at that conservative media side of things very much. And so I reached out because people were getting confused. So I reached out and he was very gracious and said, absolutely take the name, just be good to it and be good to people. And, followed us and encouraged it. And got to meet him at CPAC one year and he was like, wait a second, you're the Misfits chick. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, well, great. Like, I'm glad that it's all worked out and everybody loves it and has fun doing, So, yeah, you never know. You just never know. All right, guys. Well, I am out. It was wonderful. Such a pleasure. Everybody did fantastic. And thank you, Orty and Jeff, again, for putting on such a wonderful production, bringing such a great group of people together to do it. Really appreciate your work.
Jen, thanks for stepping up into the role, and you crushed it tonight. So awesome.
Thanks. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Good night.
Take care.
Good night.
And with that,
And then there were 4.
Yeah, I want to conclude KLRN Players Treasure Island. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. God bless you, and we'll catch you in the summer. Peace.
Thanks. You were great.
I love